Hey, friends. Welcome back. Off the Menu Podcast, episode 118.
118.
I'm here with my brother, my co-host, Tay.
Hello, everyone.
Moose.
Hey.
And a very special guest, Nefi. The meat owner, food truck, entrepreneur, business owner, husband, you name it. Big stepper, go gator, going crazy. Awesome. And most importantly, technical support in the back, Sifu Ying.
Oh, you can do the gun today. Oh, there we go.
There it is. Man.
Dude, as I'm fading out, so that it's not
That's
as
actually
loud
pretty
anymore.
sick. That was pretty sick. I was a fan of that.
How you been, Moose?
Mr. Collins, sick, whatever. We don't.
I saw you Saturday, so I don't really gotta ask Tay that. That's I haven't seen Moose.
Oh, you haven't seen me for like a week?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn,
Oh, really?
true.
That's normal.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's always a week.
Been good, dog. Been good.
That's good. How's Harvey?
Harvey's getting fat, bro.
See? See? See?
Dude, oh no, okay. Here's the thing. He's looking a little thicker around the midsection, right?
Yeah.
But and then
Bet y'all feed him well.
feed him good. That motherfucker, he's so good. He's the best treated dog in the world. Cries so
Spoiled,
much.
yeah.
But Maddie was carrying him, and she's like, he seems a little heavier. And then we look at him. We're like, what the hell? He's just like a fucking cylinder now.
Round, huh? Just round right there.
He's not too round. It's like when you know how he used to have that little
Arch?
dip,
You don't got an arch, huh?
It's just like flat. I'm like, dang, dude, we gotta put you on a diet.
Big back.
He's aerodynamic now.
Dude, he could freaking float on water for damn sure.
Funny.
No, but we're gonna cut him down. Hopefully, it's only bad.
He's gonna hate it.
He's hating it right
Oh,
now.
yeah, he's gonna
I'm
cry.
eating. He's just like, what the hell?
Give
You
me
only,
some.
only chicken and rice, man. Only chicken and rice. But he eats good.
That's funny.
That's how I'm doing.
That's good.
That's how he's doing. How are you doing?
I'm so exhausted.
Yeah.
Why are you so
It was
tired?
just a long weekend, a long week.
That's just fun for you, though. You're
It
just having
is
fun.
I am having fun.
I don't feel bad for anybody.
I'm not saying.
I'm
I'm not asking you to feel bad. I'm just telling you I'm tired.
It's just the month of October for you again. It's like an every other month thing now. So
I know
you're gonna-
September I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
August I was out.
And then November's gonna hit. He's gonna prepare for his birthday, so he's gonna just take things slow.
Yeah.
Get ready for Thanksgiving, build up for that, and then boom, November 30th, be there, be square for his
Boom.
birthday.
And then December's gonna be crazy because it's Christmas and then
Bro,
New
how
Year's.
old are you gonna be? Can I ask that right now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, good. Because some girls get offended.
Pardon?
He does get offended.
Oh, yeah.
He does
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So
No, I don't.
not about the
Yeah.
age.
I don't get offended.
Not about age.
How
but-
old are you?
Oh,
I'm
How old are you
26.
You're gonna be
I'm
27.
27, yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
very
Man,
young.
what I would give to be 27 again.
Hey.
Yeah.
how old are you?
34.
34.
7-year
Oh,
difference.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
Damn, that's
bad.
my sister's age. She 35 with
I,
3
I,
kids.
I lost the
35.
most amount of money when I was 27.
Don't
Really?
tell
Yeah.
me that.
I think I've won the most money when I was
The
27.
most money I've ever lost was probably around like 23, I'd say. But I wasn't really losing money, but like, you know.
I don't know. I've always been a kind of,
I've been ebbs and flows, you know.
Ebbs and flows.
I'm really rich at one point for like a year, and then I'm really broke at one point.
Yeah, sometimes I'll hit an 18 parlay. Sometimes I'll lose an 18 parlay, but that's only $50, and this is $10,000. So it's like whatever.
You know, so I'm not really broke, but I'm necessarily missing out on money for sure.
Yeah, no, because 27. What is it? Yeah, 2017. That was a
7 years
what a
ago, yeah.
time to be alive. I
Yeah.
mean, just opportunity
Literally.
that existed that nobody really knew it was an opportunity until
Till-
4 years later.
Oh God,
That's when we started our clothing brand.
2017, yeah.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah, the music was great.
Music was
Music
good.
was great.
Entertainment was great.
Entertainment was good.
Yeah, 2016, 2017, and like actually all the way up until COVID.
But
Because things were
up
starting to
until
get
2020,
popping.
yeah, up until
Yeah.
2020, shit was lit. There was a lot of popping things.
Yeah. Movies are pretty good nowadays.
You got in a relationship,
I know that's true. Actually.
out of a relationship, in a relationship.
It wasn't even that fast. I was hoeing out for a little bit.
Yeah,
wow,
but it was like it was time skip. A time skip for us because we only see you every so often. When
Yeah, I
that
didn't-
happened. It was
That's
like
true.
It was like one moment you're walking down the street to Harmon's, and then the next moment you're getting married. And I'm
God.
speaking at your wedding. That's how fast everything
Here's
happened
the
for
thing,
me.
Okay, let me defend myself a little bit. Okay, so after COVID, I just lost all social like ability. Like I just didn't like going out after that. It was just so weird. I used to always wear like bracelets, rings, all crazy stuff all the time. Totally just stopped until now a little bit, a little.
Yeah.
But then I just like totally just
Lost as part of his character.
not part of my character.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
but
it
I-
is.
No, it built into his character of
in my
being
character.
Batman.
Oh.
Dude, totally.
He's the vigilante of the night.
Yeah. He's the vigilante of the group also.
But he's not. I mean,
What do you guys say, huh? What do
No,
you guys say?
we're not going to
He's
get
not
into it
rich.
yet.
He's not a billionaire, bro.
he could
definitely,
be. He very well could be. We just don't know that.
Is
Like I
there
said,
a,
I haven't
is there a
seen- I haven't
Batman
seen-
that's broke?
Yeah, there's a Batman that's broke now.
Okay, you're that one.
I know.
You're
He's
broke?
really buff. I'm not that buff.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're getting there. I write in my journal. It's all good.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
he
it's
needs.
part
That's
of
where
it,
it
yeah.
starts. And
part of
then,
it.
and then when you get rich, then you're like, that's the Batman I am now.
When I get rich, there'll be signs.
Let me
I won't
just-
say
Oh, we know.
anything.
We know
you're
they're
the
bat
signs.
signs.
if you're Robin, if you're Batman, let me just be Robin for a second. Then that's okay.
Dude,
I'm
Justice
fine with
League right here. I got it.
No.
Who you
I don't want to be in the Justice League. We've established
are?
this. It's Fast and the Furious or nothing.
Oh,
Or
We didn't assign
Hobbit.
Fast and
Hobbit.
Furious.
At least Hobbit. Then I'll be like P's height compared to.
But then Hobbit.
Because I don't want to be in Lord of the Rings because they're all big except for like one of them. Three of them.
down
Four.
for
I would just be Smeagol, my
Ugh.
worst enemy.
Oh yeah, you would
Sick.
be.
My worst
Sick
enemy.
boy.
Yes, we're not doing the Justice League anymore. So we have to be something else.
Well, then you gotta
Okay,
assign
well-
us Fast and Furious characters
No,
because I signed
I don't
everybody.
want that. I don't want that.
You-
either.
why?
Yeah.
Why you think it'd be?
I don't want
Good?
that
I know
either.
you're gonna be Gal Gadot.
I don't know who that is either.
You know, he doesn't know
that
Gal
shit?
is?
I might. I just
Wonder
don't
Woman?
remember.
Wonder
I don't
Woman.
remember. Oh, Gal Gadot. Yeah,
That's her actual name. We didn't use her.
sorry. But I didn't know that was how it was
I
pronounced.
thought he was that horny.
I
that
thought
he
it was
didn't know
Gal
everyone.
Gadot. I thought it was Gal Gadot. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
I
not
don't
gonna.
think
I'm not
that's
giving names.
We already
in.
went on a too long a tangent. This is the beginning of the episode.
That's okay.
Usually our tangents have gone to 10 minutes now.
It's actually true. Sorry to
So-
all the guests and stuff.
But let's go ahead and get the episode 118 off the menu podcast. We have a very special guest here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're at 601 subscribers now.
Oh, really?
So thank you guys for
Wow.
slowly getting us there, but get us
Yes.
there,
Comment, like, and subscribe, please.
please.
If you want us to interact,
We need this at
will.
this moment now. We are like 90 watch hours off for being able to sell a T-shirt to whoever's watching.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fire.
Yo, this is live?
Yeah.
Yo, sick.
W in the chat.
W.
Just kidding. But let's go ahead and get to the episode with our guest. Let's start off the question: who are you and what do you do?
I'm Nefi Gomez, and I sell food. I sell cheesesteak sandwiches, to be more specific. And I've been operating a food truck now for about 1 year. But me and my wife have been in the food business for almost 3 now.
wow.
It's been fun. Honestly, I didn't think I could have this much fun just serving food. And I think what it's really drawn me into it was the hospitality element about it.
There you go.
Right? Just like watching a family come in, everybody's enjoying their food. You getting to go up there and be like, hey, how was everything? And everybody's like, delicious. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then they just, have a place to come eat a good meal over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just a good feeling too. It's like when you serve people food at your house, and if
Yeah.
they really like it, it feels freaking great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually probably one of the biggest inspirations was me and my wife would be the ones feeding all of our friends. Like, I've been doing it for
Yeah.
15 years now.
Yeah.
Anytime a friend comes over, I'm like, all right, food. Like what are we eating? What are we gonna have at the table while we do what we're gonna do, right? Talk, hang out,
And
play
I'm
video
that friend
games.
that's eating all that food.
And I'm the friend that's
that
always
too.
cooking.
I do a little bit of both.
Yeah. I don't know. I've learned that it's just like an expression of the way I show my love to my friends. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I love doing it now. Because I'm like, oh, like, why did I always cook? Like, why? Like, nobody ever brought it up. Nobody was like, hey, man, can you come over and make food? I was like, always offering. I was always the one being like, hey, I'm coming over with this bag just full of groceries.
Yeah.
And we're going to make something at your house.
I always get the text message like, "Hey, are you cooking anything? If not, come cook at my house." then I have to go and play. What is it? Grocery Wars. When I have to go run through the aisles. I'm like, "What am I gonna make today?"
Oh, I sometimes just rummage through their fridge first. I just go see what they have. Like I made a quick little like gnocchi with a little red spaghetti sauce at a friend's house, and his wife was like losing it. She was like, "How did you make this out of the stuff in my fridge?" And I was
He's
like,
like, "I
"I
don't think
just looked."
I didn't even know I could do this.
Yeah, I just looked in their pantry and their fridge, and I was like, "There's enough ingredients here to make a good meal."
That's crazy. Did you grow up with that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I grew up cooking. I was like the first meal I think I remember cooking. I was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
I was cooking like eggs and maybe some beans for my brother, and he was like 12. Yeah, he was 4 years older than me, and I just remember feeding us both because my parents, I forget where they were that day. They're probably working, and then he was taking care of me. right? But I'm the one feeding everybody. So I think that just grew within me, like as a little kid, was just like I need to take care of them with what I know how to do, which is food. And ever since then, my mom just taught me her, recipes, and my dad also his recipes that he's, gets from back home. And I've just been cooking ever since.
So how did you get into cheesesteaks?
That one was
really want to know.
So that one was a pure what do you call it? Yeah, business efficient decision.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
That one was just pure like what's inexpensive, what's fast and delicious. Right? Like if you can hit those three things, you can actually turn around a lot of food fast, as opposed to providing like a custom dish or something more elaborate. Because like my background in food is Mexican cuisine, and there's like a bajillion steps to make a tamale, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like this is too much work for what the return is going to be, right? So I was like, okay, let's just make something quick and fast that you can make on the fly that doesn't require a lot of refrigerator space because we're going to be in a food truck.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I think my mind at first was just let's get something started and see if it works. As long as it's good, I'm pretty sure I could figure the rest of it out. And that's kind of how I started. It was just like, if the food's good, I can fill in the blanks later.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
We do that all the time.
So you said you started 3 years ago. Did you start with cheesesteaks 3 years ago? Or?
Yeah, we did. It was a very bad first year. As long as like in the context of like the food itself, like I was figuring out like where do I source my beef? How do I get the right bread? Where do I get my cheese from? Like what tastes good, right? It was like more like in the lab and then testing with like people at farmers markets or friends, private events, things that really weren't like detrimental monetarily.
Yeah.
Right? Like I wasn't just gonna throw $40,000 into a food truck and just be like, buy my food that tastes mediocre. Right?
Yeah.
It was like I needed to see if that project was gonna work, and it did. After about a year of R&D, I kind of cinched down my ingredient list, what the flavor profile is, and made it consistent. And once those three things kind of landed together, it was just, okay, where and when and how, right? Like, how are we just going to launch this project off?
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
Which is really smart to think about that way, because that's always something that I always wondered for every restaurant, how you kind of curate the menu. Were you just trying out different things and then kind of whatever work you put on the menu, or your menu is like pretty small?
So my background in work was in the trades. So my previous job was being an electrician. And I would end up anywhere between like Ogden to, Spanish Fork, Santa Quinn, just all throughout the valley.
So crazy.
And taking a lunch sometimes sucks. So I was like, you know what? Let's go eat out. And it's always like a burger or it's always like a cold cut sandwich.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, there's no cheesesteak places. And like the ones that are there, they're not that great, or they just sell like a sandwich on the side, or that's not really like their main thing. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
I
Like-
there isn't many, if anything, at all.
Yeah, I was
There
gonna
was like
say,
maybe seven.
Only place I can think of is Moochie's.
Moochie's. And there's like
they're
Moochie's.
far from each, like what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
But everybody gets their roast
Yeah.
beef and they're like
Really?
meatball sub. Yeah, like that's like the majority of what people.
I only
do.
went
honestly
there
not
one
even a
time.
fan.
I
So
don't even
I
know.
like Moochie's a lot, honestly.
you like food though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
I've
you,
never
like,
really seen you
chow down.
complain.
About food?
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't really, honestly, you won't hear me complain about food if it just doesn't come the way I really
Yeah.
expect it to come, That's in reality. But if it's
Like
good,
me,
it's
I'm
good.
always complaining in my head or to Amy.
You are. Well, you're gonna say something. You're gonna say something. Yeah.
You're like Asian mom. He's like, I can make better.
I know. He is, bro.
Literally that.
Like when I took my parents to Ruth's Chris, bro, and I did it to be nice. My sister,
Did it to be nice.
my sister told me, she's like, they're not gonna like the food, right? I'm like, you know what? Let me just take our parents to a nice dinner, dude. They didn't even eat half of their steak.
Really?
Yeah, they just they just are at a point of age where like some things are just way too salty for my mom now.
Yeah.
And my dad just like super bitter stuff too now. So it's really weird.
So no medium. That's
yeah,
crazy.
It's just
wow,
my parents are
because,
really picky when it comes to eating now.
My mom always is like the I can make it better kind of thing, but she also
Yeah.
doesn't eat crazy. She gets like a salad when she.
That's
goes
what I'm
out,
saying.
right?
Yeah.
But my dad, he secretly loves to go out. because he would take us out as kids and he'd be like, "Don't tell your mom." And
you're like, don't tell mom
pretty much
because she'll get hurt.
because we didn't know growing up. We're just like, why can't we tell mom we went to freaking IHOP
She
or
get
something?
mad that she
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
then
get
one
food.
time we went to go eat out with her without her, and then she came back from the mall and she was pissed.
Really?
She was crying.
Really?
Yeah, she was like mad.
There's
I was
no
like, I was
way.
like, Mom, we just
Food is
went
the
out to
one love she
eat."
can offer, though.
Yeah, she was like,
That's fair.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
It was
I would
crazy.
never even think of
my
like,
mom is wild, man. She's so funny.
my mom. That's.
I mean, I can relate to that. My mom gets pretty upset when I don't eat her food.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if,
yeah.
if she ever cooks food and like I just unexpectedly show up and I don't eat, she gets mad.
Yeah.
She's like, "Sorry, mom. Like I'm full. I don't want to disrespect you right now."
Like, I'm so happy because my mom is like slowly kind of got over. It's like, oh, they just like to get food. But it took years
for her to understand that.
yeah,
Like we
'cause-
just want other food. We love your food, mom.
because now we like she'll see what we're eating too, and she's like, oh, these are the things that they want.
And now she just has it at the house.
Dino nuggets.
Air fried, 350.
She's like,
15 minutes.
There, he knows the whole recipe.
if she can find it at Costco, she's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So you were working in trade, so electrician, and then
and sometimes you need to eat on the fly, right? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just get your lunch and then go back to work or your work site or whatever. And I was like, all right, what's easy to do? Like what's easy to like hold in your hand? All right, a burger. I hate burgers. I mean, I don't hate burgers.
I was gonna
It's just
say.
there's just a ton of burgers everywhere.
Yeah,
Right?
there's-
You already got the In and Outs.
You can get burgers anywhere.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, because I didn't want chicken either. It's like, dude, the whole valley is like fried chicken this, fried chicken
Every-
that.
Honestly, yeah. There's so much.
many.
every damn corner.
Yeah,
of the
there's
Yeah,
there's
and-
fried
and-
chicken
Chicken
somewhere.
sandwich now.
Yeah,
Hot
I swear.
And like,
Chicken.
I'm not saying they're bad,
Yeah.
right? Like, everybody's got their preference on like which one's the best in town.
Yeah.
Like, mine's Mr. Charlie's.
Charlie's
You been
Chicken?
there? Yeah.
Charlie's right next to the freeway.
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
on
47.
47.
47.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Charlie's Chicken
That
is
was good.
fire.
That one is good.
That one's actually, in my opinion,
And it's
probably
not too
the best.
breaded. It's actually nice meat. It's not dry. It's really
I
good.
haven't had it.
Yeah.
I had their like regular combo, and I was like, "Yo, this is a lot of food." It was
Yeah.
like $12, and you get like 4 ginormous chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should have shared this with somebody. but anyways, yeah, that's like the mental state that I was in was just like, all right, what's going to be convenient enough for somebody to just come in, grab, and go, right? Because the faster the turnaround, the more in theory you make.
Yeah.
And that's where cheesesteaks was like kind of in there. I had one really good cheesesteak sandwich. And that's kind of probably what like put it in like the recesses of my mind that I needed to beat a cheesesteak. And it was in Bountiful, this place called Vito's.
Huh.
It's a one-man shop.
Really?
This dude's been slinging sandwiches for like 7 years by himself.
That's crazy.
It is. You guys should get him on your show.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's always working.
He's like, I'm the only one.
Yeah. Like this
One man
dude-
show. We have to go there.
You'll have to do the episode at his shop.
As
Yeah,
he's
he's
cooking
making
the Philly
the
cheesesteaks.
But I mean,
crab.
the guy works. He opens his shop from 11 to 2 p.m. Right, and Monday through Friday. That's it. You only got 3 hours to get to this dude's shop and eat his food.
Oh wow.
Cash only. He doesn't have a register. He has a
shit.
hole in his counter,
That's
and then you just drop your money in the counter, and he tells you the total, and then you grab your change from a bucket of money.
just sounds like a wizard. Dude.
Yeah. And this dude, and he cranks out sandwiches like fast. Like they're so fast. So like
Texting that to you.
yeah, he was the
It's at Vito's.
he was the inspiration of how fast food was given to me. Right? It was like, oh,
And a one man.
this guy could I was like, this guy can do it by himself. I told him what I wanted. By the time I put my money in the hole and got my change, I had my food in my hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
Did you see him? Did
Yeah,
he have
like
like
you would
four
say,
arms?
yeah. I was gonna say like
No, one time I showed up and he had a cast on his leg, and I was like, yo, what happened? He's like, oh, I fell. And then he just kept working. And I was like, man, this guy, he knows.
Like, did you fall here? Yeah, I did.
probably he probably fell there. But yeah, and it was probably the most delicious sandwich I've ever had.
Vito's.
Yeah, Vito's. Really cool dude.
cheesesteak. Huh?
I forget his name, but yeah, if you just Google it, he's on Bountiful on Main Street.
He does different sandwiches, not just cheesesteak, right?
It's only a cheesesteak
Okay.
sandwich with a lot of different toppings.
Okay.
Right, like he can do like a marinara. He does like mushrooms. Like we started doing like a lot of different toppings on ours, but then I realized I was just like throwing away produce,
Bunch of
like because we're not big. Like there's not enough customers coming in time to time.
Yeah.
To maintain all those in different patterns.
Yeah, because produce goes fast.
Yeah,
on
I
a
mean,
same day.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
Like if you cut it between, if you cut it one day, by 24 hours later, it's already like
Yeah.
looking funny. It's not bad. It's just like
The texture matters. too.
texture.
That's what
Yeah,
happens,
texture.
That's
It also
what I
has a
was-
play on how your food tastes too.
Exactly,
So like
how fresh it is.
by day 2, you're like, oh man, it's not as good as it was yesterday now. So I don't know if anyone's gonna like this. So
And that's my thing too. I really don't like when our food changes,
yeah,
right,
Consistency.
in the flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yep, gotta throw it away. Like,
Yeah.
it's not bad, but like I'm not gonna use 10 pounds of like slightly old,
yeah,
green peppers or like onions.
yeah. I never had the opportunity to actually try the food, so I was really impressed because I don't really like cheesesteak. Like at
you've
least
had-
here in
it's a
Utah,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
guess
met
so.
him at the pop up.
Oh, there we
And
go.
then we were hungry. There was like 3 other food trucks, and I was like,
What pop-up?
one of the cooperative ones.
one?
It was
Oh,
like the
because you're in
second.
Provo, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're based out of Provo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like walking by. There was like Mexican food. They usually always have Mexican food.
Yeah.
And then he was there, and there was like one other one, and I was like, let's try the fries,
Yeah.
because that was the one that caught my attention, and I got it, and I was like, dude, this freaking queso is so good. This freaking queso was.
Yeah.
I made her try it. She's like, whoa. And then we made everyone else try it. They're like,
Yeah.
what the hell? And we had to go get another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I had the opportunity to try, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. And then the meat was just so tender, so flavorful, and I was just like,
Nice.
okay, so it kind of hit everything. And then we got to talking, and he was like, yeah, I just started like a year ago. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Dang.
He said, you got this shit down.
Yeah.
Because it was that first year of just R&D.
Yeah.
It was like, if I'm going to make this a business, I need to make sure that I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not going to serve people these frozen brick patties that
Yeah.
Cisco was trying to get me to use. And I was like, ew. Like, he just handed me a whole case of them.
Uh-huh.
And I cooked one patty. And I was like, you can have this back. I was like, I don't want this. Like,
Yeah.
it just didn't taste right. And yeah, it just, the queso sauce is house made as well. We make it in house. We slice our beef probably every other day, just to keep it fresh. And then our vegetables we cut fresh every day. So that's the other thing too about keeping such a small list of ingredients. You can maintain their freshness.
Yeah.
You just know how much you need, and it's really easy to keep that consistency. Because anything getting a little bit older just tastes different. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give my customer that either. I don't want them to have a different experience.
That would stress me out.
Honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Because people do notice. Like, there's a Chinese restaurant that I've grown up like going to, like what is it? Okay, New Golden Dragon. There it is. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
New
yeah.
Golden Dragon.
Yeah, yeah, and it's consistently the same for all these years.
Wait,
so it's like,
Taylor's place? Taylor Wu's parents?
is that his place? No,
Yeah.
that's not his place.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, his family owns that.
What the fuck?
We went there for his birthday.
Taylor, what are you doing, man? You never told me.
Yeah,
That
I'm pretty sure
breaks
his
my heart.
parents own it, yeah.
That breaks your heart. Because
This whole time I didn't know that either because my family
Yeah.
used to go there sometimes
He's-
too.
But still,
Right.
though, the food changed.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like over the years, okay, maybe it's just me too. Honestly,
It's
it's just
gonna
me.
happen though. I feel like
It's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
my favorite pho restaurants always change because
Yeah.
they always change owners for some reason.
Well, like
Pho.
I think the biggest thing is like right over time, they start looking at the books and they're like, oh, can we get this particular piece of produce or beef or oil or seasoning from a different provider for like 20 cents less, 30 cents less, $1 less. I mean, it adds
That's
up.
true.
$1 a pound.
Yeah,
that adds
sure.
up. That's huge. So you have to really make sure that that's not going to change your dish that much.
Yeah.
It's like I'll purchase beef one time from a new provider just to try it. But then if it doesn't meet my like criteria of flavor, I'm like, nah, we're done. Like I won't even keep using the rest of the beef.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I'll just like use it for like roast at my
We
house.
use it for like at home, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, I got
It's like
40
we're-
pounds of
It's like roast again. And the wife's like,
I'd be so pumped, dude. I'm like, hey, check it out.
I mean, it's a good thing I have 2 dogs. I have 2 labs.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
anytime scraps.
They eat good too.
Oh yeah, they eat good. Yeah. They do eat good. So the perks of owning a restaurant, you just have copious amounts of food at all times.
Yeah, blessing and a curse. I'm
So
sure.
why
Yeah.
the transition then? So we did hear like why you were always on the road, so you kind of picked up and like, oh, maybe I should do this. But why did you go from being an electrician to now owning your own food truck?
Well, prior to being an electrician, me and my buddy and his brother opened up a game store.
Mm.
Really?
We had a game store called Game Den. So we purchased.
Oh, you had a game den in Provo?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We purchased,
Really?
Yeah, we purchased the name from the original owners
Yeah.
because me and my buddy used to play there all the time as kids.
What'd you
Yu-Gi-Oh?
play?
Magic?
Magic. It has to be Magic if it's talking about.
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
No one really played Yu-Gi-Oh up until like the 2010s where it got really
Yep. Yeah,
strategic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yu-Gi-Oh got more popular,
2010, 2000.
Yeah, that's when it got
12.
strategic.
Yeah.
When the
and
game
it's a
changed.
lot less expensive too.
Yeah.
It was
Than
like way
Magic?
cheaper. Yeah,
Is it really?
Magic
Depends on who you are.
Nowadays, it feels like
about
It
the
depends on
same.
who you.
Yeah.
Well, building a deck in Magic from scratch, like if you bought every singular
yeah.
card,
Yeah.
it's more
True.
expensive
Is
than
it?
buying a
Then-
card than
yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well,
because-
Magic decks are bigger than
Yeah, exactly.
Yu-Gi-Oh decks.
It's bigger.
anyways.
It's been around longer too. So like,
There's more.
there's more, and
Oh, yeah.
the culture is stronger. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is just young, and people are
Is
still
it
going.
young though? But
Not young.
But yeah,
compared
we were
to
saying-
Magic?
Yeah, compared
it's
to
young.
Magic.
How
Oh,
long
yeah,
has
compared-
Magic been around?
90s.
Yeah,
But we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards until 2000s.
Yeah, but
Honestly, but that was like
But
easy,
that was
simple.
more
was
of
even
like you played,
serious.
you played a card game as like I want to be part of the anime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, yeah. It
And
wasn't
I don't know
really-
the rules, and I'm just gonna play this thing, even though I don't know what it actually does.
I remember playing it when it
had
was
some-
pretty simple, and I was like 8 years old with my neighbors, and like they had all the bunch of cards, and we knew how to play, but it wasn't like crazy how it is now.
Yeah.
I got my Red Eyes Black Dragon that way. I won it from somebody.
Really?
Yeah, we had to give up a card, and then that was the card he was gonna
You
give
got a
up.
dual city.
Well, yeah, because that's what you
Dual
did
city.
back then.
Yeah,
Back then,
how
you
get-
anteed.
you get-
Yeah,
you
yeah,
give
yeah.
up- you'd give up
Anteed.
cards.
You're like, all
yeah.
right, I'm gonna give you my best card if you win, and then
Yeah.
they give you their best
I
card.
won.
If they
Yeah.
win.
It's my most prized possession. It
remember
got
those days.
stolen.
What cards didn't get stolen?
It was mine was stupid though. I kept mine in my car because I think we were just like showing them at a friend's house, and then like I just kept it in there, and I just never took it out. Car got broken into. They took my deck. That's crazy.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I hear that. I
Car
mean,
stealing
when I
happens.
ran that store, it happened.
go,
I
yeah.
heard it a lot. It happened a lot of the time. But so operating that business let me see what it was like to run your own business. Right? It was like, okay,
Yeah.
like I have two partners that can help me out. Right? Like one can run the store. I can set up all the stuff online. I can get all the oh gosh, what do you call it? All the accounts set up for like where we're gonna buy our product wholesale,
Okay. Yeah.
and then organize with all the individual products for all their promotionals. Right, like
Yeah.
White Schwartz, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh. You have to contact them specifically and tell them who you are and that you run a brick and mortar store, that you run tournaments and events, and then they
Really?
give you
Interesting.
promotional
Promotional
stuff for free.
stuff like Konami
Whoa.
will
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
you'll get
know
like
that.
posters,
Yep.
like cool little cards, banners. Like you'll get really cool stuff
But
to
do you
throw
pay?
awesome events.
But you
No,
have to.
Yeah.
You,
You
don't pay
don't.
for that. Really?
you don't pay for that. 99 times out of 10, you don't end up paying for any of the promotional
so
stuff,
fire.
and some of the stuff is like really valuable.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's so fire.
So the companies really rely on you as like the store owner to like give it out,
Yeah.
right? Like give out the
Interesting.
promotional stuff.
And really
Yeah.
push their product.
it out,
though.
like,
That's why
tournaments and-
tournaments
yeah.
are always a big thing.
Play mats, posters.
COVID was
yeah.
amazing because you didn't have to play. So every
Yeah.
time you purchased a box, they
You
would have
just
to
got-
give you the promotion stuff. So I have so much promotion stuff through COVID because of that.
Oh yeah.
And then when they stopped doing it, I was like, I'm not buying this shit. I don't
But,
buy.
that's the thing, right? Like they still do. Like they
Yeah.
still give you all those promotional things if you go into your regular store. But yeah, operating that for almost 5 years. We were doing that for almost 5 years. It just gave me a really good taste of what it is to be your own boss. And what I loved about it was the unknown, right? Like you and your friends start a business, you invest $90,000, and then all right, let's see if we can
Let's
make
see
it
what
for a
happens.
year, right? And
Yeah.
then you realize you're like, wait, I'm like scrapping for the next month. I'm scrapping for the next 90 days.
Really?
Like when am I going to make rent? How am I going to make payroll? And I think being in like a vulnerable state of not knowing how you're going to get to the next step is very, how do you call it? Freeing.
yeah.
Because it forces you to think.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I need to come
Yeah.
up with $3,000 in the next 2 days.
it's like
or-
big tournament.
Yeah. Or like we're not gonna make money, right? So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so some of them are like, all right, we need to throw a tournament and we need to start throwing things out for free. Like we need to get people just in the
In
door,
here, yeah.
right? We need to get people to just show up, because if somebody just shows up, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna buy something, right? Snacks, sleeves, cards,
Yeah, yeah.
just whatever you have available. So it really forced me into growing.
Yeah.
Right? Like growing as a business owner. It's like, do I need to do marketing? Yes. Do I need to keep my tables clean? Yes. Like, do you need to restock X kind of products because everybody's buying this one thing? Yes. Right? Like, do you need to keep running events or talking even to specific individuals within the communities that have a lot of sway?
Yeah, oh God.
Right? Because like, yo,
Those certain pocket guys are like, hey, I know you got friends that want to come play, bro.
Yeah, no, like they call them binder warriors.
That's
Well, because
funny.
a lot of them will like make their own little side business from it.
yeah.
They'll nickel and dime a kid, and I'm like, bro, come on, dude, it's 25 cents. Like he's like, all right, I'll trade you this for this, but then you got to give me a quarter,
$1.
Yeah, like some of these guys always have to end up on top of the trade, even if it's just a nickel.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's funny.
I guess. But some
true.
of those kids also have the reputation. They have that like pull in the community where it's like, if he says he's going there, how many people are actually going to follow? Like, probably a lot. So it's good to know all those things as well. Like, have a good relationship with people that are, I guess, pioneers of a game or keep it alive, right? Like they're always the ones talking about it. So all of that experience from the last like 5-6 years drove me to not want to go back to work for somebody. Like, I think that's what it really was. It was like, I'm not saying my employers were always bad. Like, I've never really had like a terrible employer, but I've always felt like I wasn't appreciated. Right? Like I was never doing what I was supposed to be and then getting ahead. Right? Like I always felt like I was following all the rules and then even exceeding at my tasks, and then I would never get the promotion or never get the pay raise or all these like empty promises.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't like that feeling. Like, I just don't like that feeling of relying on somebody else to give me what I want. Or like that feeling of like accomplishment.
Yeah.
And how I get it now is just through this small business. Is like, August was probably our worst month this year, and I didn't know what to do. I was like lost, and I was like, oh, good. I was like, yes, this is what I need. I need to be in a place of distress where like I don't know how I'm gonna make payroll, because that's gonna help me grow. Right?
Yeah.
That's gonna push me towards a direction that is new, scary, but if it works out, dude, the payoff is so worth it. Right? Because you feel something in here, you're like, I did this, I achieved this. But then you also are like, cool, we made it. And I learned something new.
Which is cool. I mean, you're speaking to anybody that's working like a 9 to 5. It's like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, right? Like, that's you, right? Like,
It's that feeling.
it always crosses my mind. I'm like, dude, you know how easy it would be to just wake up at 8:30, shower, brush your teeth, get your clothes on, go to work, turn your brain off. 8 hours later, you get to go home, and then you just live your life. That is so easy. Like, I see it now, right? Like, that's how I see it. I just see the 9 to 5 as like the easiest thing you could do, as long as you can handle that, undermining. You're not appreciated.
Yeah, that's the emotion that I relate to. I'm like, yeah, I know what it's like.
yeah. So I don't know. That's just how I feel about the 9 to 5 now. It's like it's my easy way out. Like, some days I'm like, bro, I just want to go to work so I don't have to worry about money.
It's like I just wait until the 2 weeks and then we got it.
Yeah. Like, I just wait 2 weeks later, and then somebody just hands me my paycheck.
But I'm curious too, because it's like owning a card shop to being an electrician, and then like, did you always think you're gonna be in food, or like
Never.
no?
Never, ever did I think I would be doing food. But that's because I didn't think I could. Like, I didn't think I could be like a restaurant owner because I wasn't a chef. Like, I'm not trained in any culinary school or like in anything like that. And I was like, I don't know if I could ever do food, because everybody always says it's hard. Everybody's like, always telling me like, oh, the food industry is like a pain because you have to deal with food. And I'm like, I don't think it's hard. It's like, why do you have 30 ingredients? Like, why do you have such a huge menu? Right? Like, we live in a time where it's like, I guess Cheesecake Factory's cool, but like, you don't have to be them. Like, you don't have to be the guy that has cod and beef and shrimp and octopus and chicken. and cheesecake. Like, you don't know how to do that.
And pasta.
I hate eating there because I never know what to get there.
I'd say,
and I
bro.
sit there,
I never know when to
and I'm
yeah.
like, and then I'm getting chicken Alfredo.
There you go.
honestly.
Yeah. That's great.
That's all I end up because I'm so confused sometimes walking
Yeah.
in there,
Bro.
and then I'm like, God, I really don't want to think.
Huge menu.
I think
So
I think
big.
COVID changed like a lot of our perspectives on how we see food, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
because when in COVID you were at home and you're like, all right, what do you want to eat? So you grab your phone, grab DoorDash, Uber Eats. You preemptively made the decision of what you're gonna eat and what you're choosing, right? So I think we as like a people have brought that into our lives the next 4 years. Because like, when have you guys gone out to eat and not known exactly what you're gonna get?
No, last
It
week.
happens.
It happens, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Special
yeah.
occasions, a birthday party, or a friend just on the fly.
A lot of it
invited
is
you.
now is that a lot of new restaurants have opened up since COVID. So
We're
every time
trying
we have a
this.
guest
Yeah.
come on, they're like, "Hey, you guys got to try this spot," and then I go get sent there, and I'm like, "Oh, what am I getting?" And then I get what they ordered, and I'm like, "Maybe I shouldn't have got that," because I'm like, "Not you." And I started, I gotta now. I've like re-triggered my brain, like I can't go in this thinking like I'm them, and so the food never turns out the way I think it is supposed to because of
Perspective,
how
yeah.
perspective is like this. I'm like, oh, that was all right. I could have made that at home, but that's just me.
I get excited. I'm the guy that looks up the menu bore we go eat there. I'm like, what do they got?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I try to do, right? Like I try to understand the consumer as like, okay, they're gonna make a decision before they leave the door of what they're gonna eat.
Normally,
If I can somehow inception my way into their, subconscious in any way, content, commercial, ad, just being there,
Yeah.
I have a chance. I have a chance to have their business.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's how I did it. That's how I work, right? Because I'm like, oh, there's got to be a lot of people who work the same way as I do, which is, what do you want to eat today? Something with chicken. All right, cool. What's the nearest chicken place, and what do they have? I want this. Cool. And then you just go pick it up or order on DoorDash or whatever, and then you just move on with your life. but that's how I saw it.
Yeah. That's
Right,
the way
'cause,
you have
like,
to think.
Yeah, and
Like
then
the customer psychology, I guess.
yeah, and I was like, okay, cool. So as long as I can just get in their minds before they make that choice, I have a chance. I have a fighting chance to make some money.
He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the cheesesteak's good, and there's like cheesesteak.
Yeah, like we literally have 3 items on our menu. It's just a cheesesteak with onions and peppers, a cheesesteak with no vegetables, and then the loaded fry, and that's it.
That's all you need.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can make some adjustments for the customer, right? If they're like gluten free, or if they have an allergy, or they don't want onions or peppers, we're pretty accommodating just because it's really easy because we make everything fresh.
And I'm curious, have you been to Philly?
No, I have not. Never been. And that's why we don't call ourselves like a Philly cheesesteak.
No, yeah, I totally get
We
it.
just call it a cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak,
Yeah. Like there's been a couple people who are like, oh, it's a Philly, and I'm like, nah, no, it's not.
Utah.
yeah. Like I've gotten a couple of comments like on Instagram or like Facebook. They're like, oh, well, you're not from Philly. That doesn't look like a traditional. I'm like, it's not. I never said it was. Like, it's just the cheesesteak.
It's literally steak with cheese on it.
Yeah.
It's
The
not
meat.
Yeah.
You
the
silly.
meat.
I hate the comments. I could only imagine what you get. Yeah, because it's just like,
What happens
They're
when you're an
gonna call it
entrepreneur,
out.
though? And
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
you get a bunch of stuff. I mean, but what I thrive on too is like all the other stuff, right? There's people like, dude, that was the greatest
Oh,
meal
yeah.
I've had, or like, you guys are awesome. Like
Yeah.
some of my favorite reviews are like when they compliment us, like me and my wife or my cook, my nephew. They're just like, yo, you guys seem so happy. You guys are always having fun in there, or you guys make some delicious food, and I love that you came out to talk to us and spend some time.
oh yeah,
Right, because like that's the other thing, the other aspect of this business that I really love. I love being able to interact with another person's day and make it a little better.
yeah.
Like because we're all going through something. Like everybody's going through some type of loss, sadness,
Yeah.
or struggle, and to have a place where you can just have a good meal and be treated well is like, I don't know. I didn't know how much people really appreciated that, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you go to a place and you have a good meal and like the staff is like, I don't know, some like grandma.
Yeah.
And she's just like having a good time cleaning tables. Like it's just kind of feels homey.
Yeah.
It feels like you're at home, like a family.
It could really make your day.
Yeah.
You go to like a restaurant and like that was friggin' nice. That just makes you feel good. But like, you have a shitty one, you're talking shit about it for like a week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like an uphill battle with restaurants. It's just like you get that one person that has a bad experience and they tell like 50 other friends. But then you get like 10 people who have a really amazing experience and they tell like one dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, like please tell everybody.
The bad always outweighs the good, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That one bad thing is forever going to weigh out the 50 good things that you did for that person sometimes.
I learned it was
yeah.
I definitely learned it's a bad thing because like when I think something's bad and I tell people, they're really gonna listen to my opinion.
Exactly, yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit.
That's
I
true.
can't do that.
It's so crazy that people take more time and attention when you're complaining about something and like bitching or moaning about something.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to like rave about something or be excited about something, they're like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, bro.
Well, it depends
Like
too
what?
on like discernment. Like let's say like Tay tells you somewhere to eat, you'd be like, okay, I
Yeah,
think
of
that's gonna be
course.
good. But he tells you he likes a movie, you're like, oh, it's a probably shitty movie.
No, I can't tell people my movie opinions at all.
And he didn't like. And he
got
didn't
heavy
like.
movie opinions.
Well,
Yeah,
we just
he's-
have differing opinions
Oh, I
because
see.
He's a
when-
film like lover, and
We
Tay
both
just
are.
no, but like Tay just likes weird shit.
Yeah, he
dude.
does.
Yeah, Tay just likes.
But
weird
here's the
shit.
thing that really got me: like, he didn't like Hereditary, and I came out of the movie like, oh my god, I didn't know film could be that way, you know. And then I came over, and he's all like, that was such a shitty movie. I was like, what is wrong?
I
with
thought
you?
Hereditary was good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
But it was
the cliff notes of Hereditary?
so it's a pagan. It's like a pagan demon movie,
Yeah,
and the
okay.
family is like slowly starting eating away. He tells it better, but this is my perspective. Wasn't fucking scary. So when I have
Okay, okay,
It's
when
not
I'm going
scary.
into
It's
a
not
movie,
scary.
and
You
I'm
go
like,
into a horror, you
but
want to be scared.
You
Yeah.
show, and that's
It's
the
not
problem. You
scary.
show the trailers, you're watching it, you're like, oh man, it's about to be a good scary movie. You go in there like, fucking head gets chopped off, all this crazy shit's coming off the
You don't
ceiling.
really see any ghosts
and
or
you're
demons
like,
either,
What
yeah.
the hell's going on?
Hold on. You guys never watched it alone.
Dude?
Yes, I have.
did.
I watched.
Yeah, I have.
Watched it alone?
I watched it
I have.
alone 3 times after
have.
I
I
told you it was
I
bad.
still thought it was eerie. It was a good movie. Okay, it's just like
It
But
was just unsettling,
it's
uncomfortable.
unsettling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an
That's what it
eerie,
is.
unsettling,
It's a
creepy
story.
movie.
It's a
It's not really
storytelling.
scary.
This dude wanted scream, slasher, jump scares. That's what he wanted.
Yeah. Well,
No.
I don't know. I don't even know what scares
Well, then
him
it's like
anymore. That's the
following.
thing.
That's also following like watching The Conjuring. I'm like,
True.
and then you're like, okay, that was a good paranormal scary
Conjuring's
movie.
pretty good, yeah.
Conjuring, like,
Conjuring's pretty
it's
good.
like a wholesome sort of story because the story centers around
family.
a family.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, so
But then
does-
So does
Hereditary, then the family does not. It's like they don't like each other already.
They hate each other.
Like the mom doesn't like the daughter.
Yeah.
The daughter doesn't like the mom, but then the grandma loves the kids. But then
Well, we know why the grandma loved the
the
kids.
husband's just kind of there, but he's like, he's fucking frustrated all the time.
the husband does not non-exist in that movie.
I feel bad for him.
He's, they don't
Oh,
even
yeah, they're all
know-
crazy.
They don't even
Yeah,
know he
he's-
exists, bro.
He's just like a victim throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like a whole.
Just a
It's,
victim.
That was
it's
me when I watched the
Hereditary,
movie.
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
I was a victim to
And then you got little
those
Mom,
movie
you know?
prices.
But I mean, I'll say this: I love bad movies. So
See, and I could watch a
yeah,
bad movie.
Tay
Though. I
likes
love.
bad movies, yeah.
Hey, and
it
that's,
likes bad
that's
movies.
why
helps
people
you.
can't take my opinion because you will catch me here watching a shitty movie and I'm like, that's better than Hereditary.
Here's the thing: you watch the bad movie with no emotion. You're
Yeah.
just like,
Well, there's no
what is
expectations.
that?
There's no
But
like.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched this one John Cena, Jackie Chan movie on Netflix.
yeah.
Wait, there's
I
a John
was-
Cena Jackie Chan movie?
Dude, so fire.
Terrible.
It's so bad that it's good.
I was wincing. throughout
How
the whole
do
I was
we?
like,
how?
this is
When
the
was
worst.
this?
John Cena and Jackie Chan. I don't need to
When-
see it. What's the
Check it
name?
It's
out.
called like Striker or something. Strike
Striker.
something.
Something strike.
Oh, is it like one of those typical action?
It's an
movies?
action movie,
Yeah.
but it's so
So
funny
bad.
because like the dialogue in it is like it's not Jackie Chan the way we see Jackie Chan, but it was like, what the hell did they do to Jackie Chan? And then it's like John Cena just
They
got,
like try to white him.
no, they
Oh,
just try to
okay.
put them together and they try to force this relationship that was not going to happen.
There's no
Yeah.
flow to like the dialogue, right?
Yeah.
Because like
What the
in
fuck?
Rush Hour, Jackie Chan,
Chris Tucker, amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they build off each other because
Yeah.
Jackie Chan is like his character openly doesn't really get
Yeah,
American
fob.
things,
Yeah,
right?
he's just
so,
yeah.
So they have good chemistry. They go back and forth. But this one is just like two dudes in the military. One just happens to be Fobby, and then the other guy. They just no chemistry.
What the fuck?
They're playing catch together. Okay, I was like, this movie's so fucking bad.
See, okay, when I expect the movie to be good, it's never going to be good. But when I go into a movie not knowing what I'm going to get into, I'm like,
See,
you know what? That was not that bad.
Yeah.
I go in pretty blind. We talked about this on our last episode. Like, I don't really try to predict how a movie's going.
Yeah.
I just kind of take it as
That's my issue, though. That's only my
Tay,
issue.
Yeah, Tay loves to
You
like.
predict. You like three
Well,
scenes before. You're
I
like,
don't-
oh,
we
this
talked
guy's
about
gonna
this.
get killed right
we
here.
talked about this yesterday, and I watch movies without sound, and then I try to create the dialogue in my head, and then so when I'm watching a movie and then there's sound, I'm like, that's not how I would have done it.
Yeah. No, I've done that plenty of times too, but most general cases, if I'm not like super emotionally invested or if I'm like, I just really want to see what this has to like offer, then I'm just kind of in blank. But I get it.
I've never watched a movie with the sound off. But we were talking about with Elliot that one day in the pod, I get it now. I get it, but I've never done it, but I get it.
Like you trying to be a movie critic? Is that what you trying to do?
No. Don't listen to me about movies.
Watching it with no sound. I'm like,
No, it's because
I need to focus.
it all started when I was trying to
Frame by
watch.
frame.
I was trying to watch this Korean horror movie.
Yeah.
It had come out during COVID,
Gang, yeah.
and so I'm over here like, okay, I need to find this movie because everyone's raving about it in Korea, and then I
pretty scary.
find it,
It's
but then I
scary.
find it and it hasn't come out with subs yet. And so I'm
Subtitles?
sitting there like, damn, I really want to watch the movie because everyone keeps talking about this movie, right?
Yeah.
And then so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch it. And I start watching it and I'm like, damn, I don't know what's going on. And so I forced myself to watch it the first time. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try watching without sound and creating my own horror movie out of it. So I actually sat through the whole movie and I was like, damn, I'm pretty close. Then I watched it and I was not close at all. And then I started building this habit of watching movies without the sound on. And so when like she used to go to work and I would just be like, all right, mute the TV. Or when she would be sleeping, I would mute the TV and just watch a movie with no sound on.
Hey man, if it's entertaining, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm
and
down
so
to
I just
try
tried it and I just
Let's watch
crazy.
let's watch bad movies with the sound off
it's funny.
and make
then
it a better movie.
but then after we talked to Elliot about doing that stuff, and I was like, all right. So then I started playing like Frank Ocean in my head while watching a movie in silent. And then I was like, oh,
Playing music
well,
with it.
Endless goes of everything. It freaking goes of any movie.
Yeah,
Somehow.
endless
Is great.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird. But that movie though that you're talking about is good.
Yeah.
Gangnam Asylum.
Ganjiam, yeah, Asylum. That's a pretty good scary
Gochujang
movie.
Asylum.
Asians are pretty good.
They've been pretty bad lately. All the Asian
Spice,
movies
bro.
lately have been really
Like those
bad.
spicy paste.
All the, like,
That
horror
stuff's
movies.
good. That stuff's
I haven't seen any. as
I
of
watched a
lately.
Thai one. This is how stupid it was.
I never really enjoyed Thai movies, to be honest
but
with
they
you.
knew it was a freaking ghost. The fool comes out, bop, 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 shotgun, bop.
Oh, I think you told me about
Yeah,
this,
but
bro.
I'm like, bro, we know it's a freaking ghost.
Can't shoot it, yeah.
He just kept shooting at it, and then he proceeds to do it throughout the whole movie.
to shoot the ghost.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you're not shooting anything.
Thai movies have not been as good as they used to be.
Oh
They used to be
no.
really, really good.
Ong Bak, baby.
Yeah, that's
There was an
probably-
era. There was,
Bach, dude. That
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
Hell yeah.
everybody knew that. I mean, at least if you watch movies with any type of martial arts, like you knew.
Yeah,
that guy.
exactly.
yeah. And then
Just
I was like,
knees and elbows to everybody's dome. Just that's like every scene.
was.
at the end when he like drops down with both his knees and then smashes the guy through the
Yeah.
boards. Oh, dude, I wanted to do that so bad when I was a kid.
Dude, yeah, like the double footed
Yeah.
kick to the chest.
Oh my
Tony
god, flying
Jaa,
out of
man.
yeah.
Yeah, the drop is like the drop kick
kick.
backflip.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's
Like we all tried that on the trampoline. Like I know everybody did.
100%.
Like everybody's watching like those like
Tried it on
Van
people.
Damme,
Van
Sylvester
Damme.
Stallone.
That's
Yeah.
what my
yeah.
Yep.
Just
okay.
all
So
those
he's into those
classic-
ones. Good.
I mean, well, that my father was into those.
yeah.
that's
same
why
with my
I
dad.
knew them.
Same with
My
my
dad's
dad.
favorite was Van Damme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's favorite were the fucking
Yeah,
action movies.
we all had
Rocky.
Asian dads. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
No,
That's-
my dad's nickname was the Korean. El Korea. They would call him the Coreano because he looked so Asian.
Fuck.
Yeah, like I'm not even kidding. Like
The way you said that, though, was like ASMR on my fucking ear.
Coreano.
El Coreano.
Yeah, that was tight.
Yeah, so they called him the Korean from like because he looks like
Just
yeah,
like your
and,
family
like,
and friends.
yeah, my family. So my older brother looks super Asian. Like he doesn't look like he's part of our family. His daughters, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. Like you look like you're not Mexican at all. And that's just where it came about. I don't even know if there is any like Asian Oriental like in our blood. I'm pretty sure it's just Native American. But
No, it mixes everywhere.
but yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I had to say it because I was like, bro, my dad loves those movies.
He said he's got it somewhere in him.
Yeah, he's got it.
Which has surprised me because we were talking in the beginning of the pod and you weren't a fan of Fast and Furious. So I was
It's like I'm a fan up
Uh-huh.
until like, all right, dude, you're gonna milk this franchise for all it's worth.
you got to see 4
like-
and 5 at least.
Well, I mean, it's the same story.
He's
It's like,
watched all of them.
It's like
Oh,
Marvel.
yeah, you did, you
Yeah,
did,
my
yeah.
wife
Yeah, yeah.
forced me.
Of course,
So like
yeah.
I've seen them. Like it's like the Avengers or like Marvel. It's like, dude,
that level.
like there's so many. Like, can you come up with something different? Like, I'm not saying come up with something original. Like, just Name it something different. Like call it a different story. Add new actors.
Because it's not really Fast and Furious anymore, honestly.
No, they got Faster and Furious. When you
But like Fast and Furious is about
he caught
street racing,
a
man.
missile. The Rock caught a missile.
Well, let's
on
start
the,
calling it like fucking Team United States or something. I don't know. Fucking
No,
God.
because they have
Team America.
Team America. Fuck yeah.
Team America's actually great. I love that
so-
film.
But we
fucking
can't just
good.
start changing the name now. It's like then we get Team America. Then you have to go like, oh man, is it like
Team
that? Team
America
America
is actually one of the raunchiest movies I've seen
Yeah.
as a child.
Yeah, puppet
that
sex
I
is so
fucking
crazy, dude.
loved. It was so good.
My cousin, it was puppet sex, right? And he was a kid, but he covered his eyes. I was like, what is wrong with you? There's no.
Well, we're used to seeing that kind of stuff.
I know, but
We
if you don't know the story, go watch a few episodes back.
or just any episodes. I think we
Any
talked about it
episode,
for
I
a
don't wanna
while.
Talk about it.
But yeah, no. See, it's like okay. Once I'm committed in this relationship, okay, that's the
No,
longest
I'm not
relationship
saying,
I've
I'm
ever
not
been in.
saying Fast and Furious is bad by any means, but
It's
it's
bad.
not. But it's not Fast and
bad.
Furious anymore. It's not
Then-
street racing. It's not JDM cars. It's not. But
But why does that have to be Fast and Furious when you're going 140 miles down the freeway and then you catch Letty
But that's where-
off the hood of your car?
that's where it came
hitting
from,
off
though.
a ledge. But that's not where it came from. It came from them robbing places because it's Fast and Furious.
But here's the thing, P. Think about this, right?
Whatever, man.
Fast and Furious is the only franchise that can do this successfully. Why wouldn't you keep doing it?
I know.
Wait. What about
He said,
Saw? They
Yeah.
got 10.
Saw gets.
I think that's actually probably the most profitable of all the franchises
Really?
right now. Yeah,
Saw
because
is really.
They were saying
well, there's not as much. They don't have to fund as much
Yeah,
as like as a Fast and
true.
Furious
Yeah,
movie.
because
True.
the
Put
director
you in a
was
room.
like, oh, I'm just gonna keep making them. Like
Yeah.
he literally was just like, oh, I made a lot of money. My bank account's empty. Time to make another one.
Yeah, but
and
like-
then that was it.
But that's what I mean, though. Like when you have kind of like the Saw, they originated kind of the body horror. They didn't originate. Sorry,
No,
they just
yeah.
made it really popular at
Yeah.
a specific time,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it just caught on. They could keep doing it. Same with Fast and Furious. They like started to die down when it got to like Furious
7.
4, or is it the fourth one? Where
Was it the fourth? I thought it was like
people
5 or 6. Where
No,
died.
4 is when it died down,
when
but then
people
5
weren't
came
really
out and they were like, but see, and then everyone's like, no, give 5 a chance, and they gave 5 a chance, and then everyone got recommitted to the
then
series.
6 came, and then 7.
Because I actually
came.
didn't like 4. 4
I
was the one that pushed me away a little.
it did until I rewatched it again. I was like, this is a solid. movie.
Which one's it for? The with Jason Statham?
No, that was
No, that's like 6.
That's 6 or
Oh,
7.
geez.
no,
Yeah.
7. 7.
That's 7.
Dang.
6 is when Shaw Brother gets
hot,
introduced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh, I
When
can't remember.
Decker Shaw gets introduced, I think it's like 6.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
6 is a great movie. I really like that one. But yeah, I feel like those are there's like certain franchises I can keep.
It's
doing.
funny because I didn't even like Saw as a series because I was
don't.
so on the collector side of things. When that movie came out, I thought that was better than Saw, and it's body horror as well.
Which one is it? The Collector?
The collector. So it's the first one.
Collector.
The first one's when they're in the house. So the guy's trying to rob the house, and then then he goes in, and this guy sets up traps
Does
everywhere. He
have a
wears
sack
like a
potato?
sack
okay,
potato
yeah,
mask.
Yeah.
But the way he moved around the house was crazy because he was just killing everyone. I'm like, what the like he's actually in there.
Okay. Yeah, I did see that one. And I'm sorry, we totally derailed the original.
Can't talk about
conversation.
movies. That's why.
Yeah, we.
Oh, you guys can't talk about.
no, when we start,
Well, that's
we
a
can't
rule
stop.
for you guys. Okay,
Yeah, it's a
got it,
rule
got
for
it.
us, and
We
we end
break
up
it.
doing it every episode.
I mean, I like movies.
Yeah, see, that's great.
I grew up with my dad going to the movie theater. Like that was how me and my dad like bonded. It was either food or movies.
That's tight.
and I remember how I got into like sneaking into theaters. I learned it from my dad.
Oh shit!
Like he was like, all right, we're gonna buy a ticket, and it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. He'd take us to the cinema, and then he'd get us in the seats, because back then no assigned seating. You could just walk in whenever,
Yeah.
and it's 4:00. There's like nobody in the theater, so we watch the movie. After it's over, he'd look around the hallways and then just walk into the next theater house and see where the movie was
yeah.
at. And it's like, oh, it's got like
theater hopping.
yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, the movie just started
I
like
actually
10
remember
minutes ago.
doing that when I was
And then
younger.
and then after that one was over, we'd hop to the next one. And it was like 11:00 at this time.
Damn, you guys would spend a whole day in the theater?
Yeah, we would just do that all day long.
We
And
used
then
to
we
do
get
that
home
too.
and my
That's
mom
lit, though.
would be so pissed because she had dinner ready.
Yeah.
And like my dad didn't tell her where we were.
You guys just smell like popcorn. The whole time.
Yeah, it just smelled like,
It's like we know where you've been.
yeah, just candy and popcorn treats. And then he would show me like, oh, when you leave out the back, because some theaters have like back doors
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
they have those side doors. He would just put tape on like the door hinge. And he's like, all right, this is how you get back in. I was like, bro, this guy's cheap. Like, my
That's
dad's- but I mean, but that was like the nice movie theaters, right? Like
Uh-huh.
the super like Cinemark
Yeah.
or like Megaplex. Because then later, I think Movies 8 came out. And it was like 25 cents
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Jeez.
And I was like,
Yeah.
25-cent Tuesdays?
yeah, dude,
I'm sure
imagine.
theaters are
What the
way
fuck?
different,
Yeah.
man. Back
Yeah, there was like $0.25, $1 for a movie. And I mean, and Cinemark was still always expensive. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
never been cheap. So I think that's why my dad did it. He's
Yeah.
just like, nah, I want to watch like 5 movies today.
Ah,
Let me just
dude.
go out to the theater.
And plus, I miss theater, like just going out to the theater back then because it was always packed.
Yeah.
Like like
Midnight
people were going.
premieres. You would have all these crazy stuff.
People lining up, people lining up to like buy a ticket for like days.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah,
like I
that shit's
remember, I think
crazy.
my first memory of a movie premiere that I actually waited at was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh wow!
The very first one. I remember we were at the Provo Mall, and the line wrapped around the entire theater like twice.
No way.
Crazy.
And just to fill up like 2 theater houses. It was like both of their main theater houses were full.
Uh-huh.
I was like, dude, this line is crazy. And we just sat there for like 3 hours just hanging out because that's what you did. Like you didn't have a phone.
The last crazy one that I think they had that I remember was Revenge of the Sith. When Star Wars was out
Yeah.
in theater, they had the coolest shit. Where I was talking about this because movie theaters used to have like limited edition like popcorn cups.
They
Or, like,
still,
soda
Still
cups.
do, but it's
They
not as
do.
novelty as
Yeah,
it
not
used
as
to be.
novelty.
Yeah,
That's
they're
not
not
It's
as
like you can
novelty.
go with the first Pokemon movie, great.
Yeah.
With the Mewtwo,
Mewtwo card.
right? So like the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that you get ancient Mewtwo is crazy, right? But now it's just
Yeah.
like let's redo a freaking popcorn
Popcorn
ball and
bucket,
then in a
yeah.
freaking cup and
I
then
had that. I lost it.
man.
I had the ancient Mew.
Yeah, everyone did.
Really?
I have it.
Everyone
somewhere.
did. I had a little Burger King gold cards. My mom
dad-
gave
my dad
everything
somewhere.
away.
Dude, I love those
They
kids. I
always
used
do
to have a
that.
bunch of kids that would come by our shop, my card game shop, and be like, "Oh, is this worth anything?" And I'm like, "It's like $2, bro." Like 'cause they think it's worth a lot of money because it's like an old relic, right, from like Mattel or whatever,
Uh-huh.
like whatever company Hasbro made back then. And it was just like this cool little collectible. And because I think all of those kids that became adults that had all of those just in their shoebox or whatever were like trying to off them like on the internet, on eBay. It just like devalued
Yeah.
the crap out of them like
Yeah.
super hard. Because I mean that just happens.
2020 was a crazy time with all those old cards.
Oh yeah.
That was got me back into it.
I'm like, I barely have any of my shit. My mom was also the type to give her a lot of the stuff.
No,
away,
my
so-
dad.
My mom collected.
My
and
dad
that was,
keeps all my shit.
And
He does?
See, I
Dude,
wish.
that's awesome.
My dad keeps all this shit. Like he literally has a freaking remote controller car that doesn't work anymore.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't work. It's at the house right now because Jalen uses it. My nephew uses it.
That's so sweet.
But I had that when I was like 6, bro. I remember when we
That's so
bought that
sweet,
bitch. It was right before Christmas.
It wasn't that long ago though. 6? He's like, hold on.
18 years? God damn.
20.
20.
Fuck, I'm doing
I was
that.
like, what the fuck? 18
He's
years.
25 forever.
Yeah.
Once you get 25, you stop aging.
That's where you stop noticing it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's when you stop caring. Yeah, that's when I stopped caring.
Yeah,
25
yeah.
and 6.
After 25, I was like, all right, I'm old and dead.
It's like 25. You're on your own insurance, so it doesn't matter.
It's like I'm
Yeah.
just going.
When
at
I
this
say
point.
when I say how old I am, it kind of just makes me cringe a little bit
Why?
because I just don't feel that age.
Same, but
I don't feel that age.
Well, what age? At what age do you feel
your
you have to
age?
be at age?
When you're
Which is
12.
true. Which is
No,
true.
I think
12? Don't go there yet.
I never felt.
We're not talking about
I never
you.
felt more 12 than when I was 12. Okay, I knew
Older
I
than
was
for
12.
kisses. That's what you felt.
You shut your mouth.
No, I think
it's
the
14.
age that I became a man or like an adult was when I talked back to my parents, like in a real way, right? Like in a serious way, like in like
Oh,
a
yeah,
confrontational, like,
yeah, like you don't get to gaslight me today. Like, you don't get to
He said,
talk
hold on,
smack.
you guys been doing this my whole life.
Yeah, like
He said, I've had it.
I can leave. Like I'm an adult. I don't have to be here and listen to you, tell me what it's like or do all these things to
We're not
me.
in survival mode anymore.
Yeah. Because I realized like some of our parents, they did what they could,
Yeah.
right? But that doesn't always make them right.
Yeah.
That doesn't always mean that their opinion should really influence your decisions.
Yeah.
Over obviously, when you're like 12, maybe you should listen
Yeah.
to your dad and not put your hand in the fire. Right? Like, 'cause
When you're
we're-
12,
yeah.
fuck, you deserve that shit.
Yeah, that's it, right? But like when you're older, right? You're 25, you're married, or you're 30 and you're married, and your parents say something off the cuff, right? It's like, where's your wife? Why isn't she cooking with you? Like, why is she cooking for you? Why isn't she cleaning your clothes? Right? Like those kind of things is that I
yeah.
felt in my family because my parents are hyper traditional.
Traditional, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? There's like the mom stays at home, she cooks, she cleans, she does all these things. And it's like my wife's my partner. Like I hang out with her.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't just have to do this because she's my wife. Like we live here. This is our home. We do these things because it helps us, right? Like we want a clean house. We want good food. We want these things.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're required to do it because they're this.
No, we grew up with that.
Yeah.
A lot of that
We
around
did-
too.
we're
Yeah.
traditional family.
And that's my parents, and that's when I realized I was like, oh, this is when I became an adult. When I could be like, nah, you're wrong. like this is why you have resentment. This is why you have regret. This is why you have these like weird, confrontations with your partners. Like, nah.
That was always me growing up. Always tell my parents that they're always wrong. Always. I was like, are you guys serious
wrong.
right now? Are you guys really fighting with me? I'm like 14.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you guys fighting with me how to cook this?
Yeah. I was
Please.
battling with my parents at a young age too.
No, I didn't start until I was late. But the
No.
first time I tried, I got backfisted in the face.
Oh yeah, I got beat up.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
was
yeah,
still
yeah.
I was still
I'm not saying I never got hit.
I'm sorry. I was like the first time I tried.
I got too big at a point where it was like,
No, it was
I
funny.
can't really swing at you
Once-
anymore
once
because
I
I'm
became
scared
a-
what you can do.
Once I became a teenager and I was bigger than both my parents, it was like junior high, like 13, 14, my parents never struck me again.
That's when my mom started
But they would
aiming
yell.
for the face.
yeah. My mom will still slap me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on occasion,
When
just
I-
like if she feels like I offended her or something, and I'm just
My
like, Mom,
mom,
stop
yeah.
it, like please.
When my mom
Like, hold on, stop.
You're frail. Like I don't want that to hurt you.
Don't throw your back out. Get mad at me.
yeah, like please.
when I got taller than my mom, like she just started aiming for the face.
Really?
But then and she's short too, so I got there
Damn.
quick.
My parents never really tried to hit.
Well, my
besides-
mom was like my mom's fiery as fuck. So like she doesn't know that she's doing these things, but she's doing some fucked up shit. We would tell her like, Mom used to beat us with like fly swatters, the back scratcher, all that stuff. And then she's like, No, I didn't. I'm like, I really think she doesn't think she did that. But she totally did.
She got a short-term memory loss. She's like in
like-
that moment, she just totally
No,
just,
I didn't.
I was like, Mom, you called me stupid all like my whole
Delusional.
life. And she's like, No, I didn't. I just called you crazy. I'm like, You're
Same
you
thing.
bastard. Same
You're
thing.
crazy, stupid.
No, it's like I remember the words specifically at the very
hurt me.
moment in time.
It hurt me.
Yeah. Like I think
Cut
you
me deep.
remember like the hurt more than
Yeah.
like what they said sometimes.
Yeah.
And so like your brain just like, yeah, she said stupid. That's what they did. And then you just like hold that. But then later you realize like you should just let it go. Like I don't know.
I'm learning that
helps
now.
me so
Yeah.
much to just let go.
I'm learning
Right,
that
like-
shit now.
It was a hard change for me because I felt that was like when my parents and I were at like our hardest part was when that change was kind of coming around, and then when it came around, I was like, oh no, we're chill, we're totally fine.
Yeah. Mine came when like they finally respected my things that I was doing in life,
Decision,
and it was
yeah.
like, oh, okay. Like when it was like even just a few years ago. when
Yeah, I
Mom
was gonna say
like,
it's not that long ago.
my
yeah.
mom was literally like, well, like she would always have me cook and do all this stuff, and I was like, Mom, just let me do me and don't worry about what I'm gonna do, And if I want to have the family over, because my mom always loves inviting to like Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'm like, I don't even talk to this person. Why are you inviting this person? Or I just, I don't like this
Didn't
person.
even know they had a
Can you
kid.
Stop. Can you stop doing this? And then it was like a few years ago, she was like, okay, let me stop. Like she'll still invite like a few people I just don't dislike, but even like even at Nessie's like Halloween party,
the Saturday.
someone walked in and then they started talking, and then they were in the backyard and they're like, Tay's best friend. And I was like, hate this person so much. I don't really hate people too.
I want to know who this is. man.
We don't got a name drop
Yeah,
right
we
now.
don't got a name drop.
No, we
It's-
don't got a name drop right now.
I'll tell you what happened after, but and then you guys will understand why.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm on your side 100%.
Yeah, we know you are.
I just want the juice.
I
man.
gotta hear the story.
Yeah.
I'm your homie, not their homie.
Yeah. But it was just like, I really don't want to hate this person.
It
but
looked
I
like it was
do.
pretty packed though. There was a lot of
Oh,
people.
there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you guys were painting pumpkins and carving pumpkins.
They were.
He said,
Not
yeah,
us.
he said I didn't go
We
buy
got
pumpkin.
set up. She was like, "Hey, I need you to come to the house early and then help Kenny carry this couch." So I went with him to go buy a couch, and then we get to the house, and she was like, she already had told me that, hey, people were gonna come to the house early to drop off food and hang out.
Okay.
Nobody showed up early, and so me and Amy just skipped the pumpkin thing because she told us that somebody needed to watch the house.
So you left.
No, we stayed at the house.
Oh.
we never
to
left
go
her.
to the pumpkin thing.
Yeah, so they all went to
the
the pumpkin thing. Me and Amy stayed at the house because she said someone needed to watch the house while people showed up. No one showed up.
Nobody shows up early.
And now Amy's mad because we didn't go to a pumpkin patch and because we never gone to a pumpkin patch in 11
Oh, you
years.
really haven't?
Well, we went to Corn Belly.
Never?
No. We went to Corn Belly once. She made me do that, and the guy chased me with a chainsaw, and then I was like, And I was like, don't bring me to this shit. I was like, I
Don't
will.
beat somebody up.
And I was like, I will.
Amy, he's from the ghetto, dude.
Yeah. I was like, I don't just regular flinch.
Don't get.
I got the Arthur fist.
Don't get any closer.
He's like, bro, I don't want to do this either.
Don't get any closer.
It's like, with my hand out. This shit's charging up too, bro.
That's crazy. No,
That's how you know somebody grew up with like oppression. It's just like, oh man, this
Ready
guy's
to
ready
fight?
to do. Yeah, just ready.
God.
Because that's my wife. Dude, with the haunted house memory I have going to a haunted house with my wife. We were at the Fear Factory, just going through it, and there's like a part right at the end where this chainsaw guy comes out in like a little tunnel. And he got right behind me. I noticed him because I'm a dude. I know my surroundings.
God.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Son, you tell him.
Yeah. And then my wife's right next to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna let this guy get
Let it
him.
ride. Yeah.
So he pulls on the chainsaw cord, and it turns on, and the first thing I feel is just pain. And my wife's fist was in my face because we were holding
What do you
hands.
mean?
She was holding my hand,
Oh,
right?
she brought it-
and she brought it up like to let go and then scream and run, but it ended up right in my nose.
Oh,
Boom!
man.
Just huge smack. And like
Stinger.
I knew it was coming, but I didn't know the fist was coming towards my face. That's good. And then so the next thing you know, I'm just like teary-eyed. I can't see, and then just blood just starts gushing out of my nose.
Oh no.
And then the actor, the guy with the chainsaw, was like, "Are you okay?" Like still in character, still hasn't broken character.
That's actually funny. As
Yeah,
fuck.
and I was
He
like,
deserves a raise,
yeah,
man.
he does. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm good, I'm okay. And then we just proceeded out of there.
Actually, that's why he's the chainsaw guy. Because
Yeah.
my first job ever was under the table scarer at the Smith's like corn maze.
Really?
Yeah, and so like
He was a chainsaw guy.
always the best guys got to be a chainsaw guy. And yeah, you got.
He fell asleep on the job.
No, I didn't. Me?
Yeah, remember when you got left?
No, this is the thing. So I wasn't sleeping. Okay, it was a slower night. I was just sitting in the corn like this. I was like
Meditating.
16. Yeah, I didn't want to have my phone because you can like see the shine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was just sitting there, just like
Getting
by
ready to scare
myself.
people.
And I was literally, I was ready to go. I was like, yeah, I wasn't scaring nobody. Okay, but then it's really quiet for like 20, 30 minutes. And my sister was working with me at the time, and she was like,
Mel was.
yeah. She like called me. She's like, where are you? And I was like, I'm in the corn maze. And then she's like, everybody left. We're all in the trailer, like getting our stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go back. And then usually these like, it's a shitty corn maze. It's not really that scary until you're fucking alone. I was completely alone in the middle of the freaking, it was dark. It was quiet.
I don't know how to get out of here.
I knew my way, so it was like a game because I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going up to this area, and there's music in the distance,
Yeah.
and there's like fucking like dummies, and I was actually freaked out, but then luckily we made it out. But
Just you.
just me.
You and that ghost has been
Yeah.
on you for the last 20 years.
Fuck, don't say that. There's somebody was killed in that.
It's spooky season.
Spooky season is perfect.
Should we go to a haunted house as a collective?
I don't do well at haunted
I
houses.
know
I
you
just go
don't.
through.
I know you
No,
just-
we went to the one last year,
Yeah.
and this is the first one we've ever gone through, and I was just like walking, like
I know
nothing.
you don't care. I
The
know.
one,
The haunted, or-
even we did the second part of the what was it, Friday on 13th, Nightmare on 13th, right?
13th?
So we
That's
did
not
the
bad.
second part, right?
Second
And
part.
it's just dark,
Yeah.
Oh, so they do
the-
blackout nights.
Yeah.
It's not even scary because you can't
Yeah.
see anything.
bro.
Yeah, yes.
And then
yes.
the nurse
You
is
can't
just
see
Yes.
anything.
the nurse is just following me. She goes, "I'm gonna kill you." I'm like, dude, I can't freaking see. How are you?
Like, I don't
I'm
even
gonna
know.
kill you at this point.
There
Like,
is no element of fear.
Yeah.
I understand
I-
your threats,
yeah.
but that's
and
it.
then it's like, and then she got up, and then she jumps through, and she starts scaring the rest of her group.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I'm like, dude, we know. How do you see what's going on? I'm trying to focus on not falling into this freaking hole right here because it's all dark. So I'm just like walking all slow, and everyone's all ahead. I'm like, she's like, gotta get you guys. And she's like, so whatever their lines are, right? And I was like, bro, you're not gonna get me. I'm gonna get you. And then she was like, I'm gonna get you. And then she really just jumped
That's
ahead.
so
And,
funny.
and then it was Justin. It was funny. And she jumps in
Oh,
front of
just us?
Justin.
Yeah.
And Justin's like, oh. And in my head, I'm just laughing because she literally told me that was gonna happen.
He said, "Watch this play out."
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Haunted Forest?
Yeah.
The one in like American Fort.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
I like that
Are
one.
you
Yeah.
sure?
Why?
I don't think you remember it correctly. I don't know. My wife's opinion on haunted houses is pretty high. She
Oh.
says that's her least favorite.
Her
Oh,
least
really?
favorite.
Yeah.
Really?
But I think it's because of her expectations.
Oh,
okay.
Like she-
because it wasn't
she
that
has this-
scary, but I think
It was
the length,
fun.
the
Like,
length
fun
of
to
it was
watch
really
them.
good.
Yeah,
like
the
I
45
like the
minute
length
hours.
of like how the whole thing is.
Yeah.
Like that's good.
It was
but-
worth the money because it's expensive.
Yeah.
haunted houses.
Yeah. And the
really
Haunted Forest is like an
expensive.
hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, 45
they
minutes
do.
an hour.
They do good work.
And I went there, 2 years ago? I enjoyed it. It wasn't that scary.
Yeah.
Wait, did you go with a big group or?
Kind of.
So it was only Maddie and I because we're like,
see,
we'll be
that's
fine.
a little bit different.
But
Yeah.
it's like, so we went, right? But there was a group in front of us and we're like, let them go. There's like a separate group. We don't want to join them. But we're getting so kind of creeped out where we're like, hey guys. what's up? Like, and
get
my
closer.
ass was in the very back and everybody just trying to tickle my asshole, dude. Just fucking, all the scares are just like, I was like, stop fucking, don't touch my back. Dude.
That's why I'm a. Don't touch me, dude.
Because, but I've been on the other end, so I was like, I know you're just doing your job, but I really don't like that.
I really don't like that.
Whispering
I haven't
in
run.
my mic.
Have you done the Asylum 49 where they can touch you or no?
No, I haven't.
Oh, is that up in Tooele?
Yeah.
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 Is that
that
still
one.
going?
Yeah, that's
It
still
is.
going.
I don't think
Yeah.
they do the touch thing anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they
I think
stopped
2
that, like,
years
a couple
ago they took that away.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
COVID. It was COVID. It was COVID. It was
Okay.
COVID.
Yeah, it probably was COVID.
I'm pretty sure they might bring it back this year.
They
Remember,
might.
Tommy's funny, dude. He yeah, sorry.
What the fuck was that?
He's
I
like,
was like-
just touching.
Yeah, but Tommy's so funny. So he went drunk and he ended up getting pushed
best
into a
way.
closet, and then he was trying to find his way out for like 20 minutes and got stuck. And he just didn't know how to open the door. And Tommy got
You
stuck.
fucking
he's
dumbass.
drunk for 20 minutes.
There's no way.
He's like, where's the doorknob?
He's just like feeling gross.
Tommy's
Like,
a really good friend that's kind of
Yeah.
on the spectrum.
Oh,
but
okay,
he's
so
not
he was
really.
feeling doors knobs.
But
not
he's
really.
just yeah.
Where's the doorknob?
Tommy needs to stop going out drunk. Like he's just a menace when he's like out
well, it
in
depends.
public.
Well, it
Depends.
depends who he's with.
If you catch him on a good night, it's usually, and then we're having fun.
And he's really friendly and really
Yeah.
nice.
But then
But
if you
there's other
catch
nights
him,
where he's ignorant and obnoxious.
There's consistency on both sides, so
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. He's gonna be crazy sometimes.
but I know how he gets. I know which part of the night I'm like, all right, Tommy, stop, and he'll listen to me.
Shout out to Tommy.
But he's entertainment. That's what I say. He's here for my entertainment. Because I will lay like an egg in his mind, and he'll sit there and he'll think about
I'll
that
be
shit the
zoning
whole
Tommy
night.
out the whole night.
Yeah.
It's like, you entertain me.
Yeah,
All right.
and he
No,
knows.
he literally will.
He will.
He will.
He knows.
will.
He will.
Crazy guy.
Oh man, that was a long. We deteriorated from the whole entire episode about movies. See, don't get us about movies. So we started talking about Halloween and everything. Yeah.
This is in the season, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. This episode will be out what? Sunday.
Fuck.
Sunday, huh?
No more
Wednesday.
Sunday episodes. This episode comes out.
Oh, the following Wednesday?
I think Halloween
Halloween
week,
Oh, damn.
November
day
1st.
before Halloween.
No, November 1st.
No,
No,
but
Halloween's on a
Halloween's on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this will actually
yeah.
come out. Oh, okay, perfect timing.
Yo, you guys want a free haunted house? There's one that happens in Provo every year that my buddy throws.
Really?
Yeah, and
Is
it's
it
free.
Is it like
It's called-
Mormons dressed up?
No,
Because that would freak me out. Just like normal.
it's called
missionaries in their
Indian
shit.
Hill Horror,
Oh,
and he's been
shit.
doing it ever since we were kids in high school. He's been doing
Really?
it since 2006.
God damn.
He just
Wow.
convinces his parents. I mean, back then before his parents divorced, he convinces them. All right, we're gonna make the whole house a haunted attraction. So he'll make a maze in the living room, dining room, into the
How the
garage, into the backyard. He has like pallets, canvases. Now, I mean, he's been doing it for so long. He has like animatronics. He's got like,
Crazy.
I think he has like 30 guys that help him out.
What?
Like
free?
to scare people. He
That's
does
a
it
whole
once. He
staff.
does it once a year.
this
he
is
opens
like
3
that
nights.
one documentary where the guy was doing it, but he was really killing people.
Yeah, he was actually killing people. Yeah.
Just-
I hope.
No,
I
no,
hope,
in
I hope
Chicago.
not.
It
I
was
went
in
to high school.
Chicago.
It was in Chicago. Maybe that's why he hasn't killed me because I know him.
It's okay. If we go, if one of us dies, we could report it.
Yeah, yeah.
So sort it out.
Hopefully.
No, but yeah, it's free and it's huge. Like he gets a line like around the entire like.
That sounds lit.
we might have
honestly.
to check that one out.
No,
It's-
that's,
yeah.
that sounds
It's really cool because like he has one night that's a no scare, so like your kids can go.
Oh, okay.
So you can go out and not get scared. It's just like you see all the cool little spooky things. But then the next 2 nights, yeah, they're all full scares, and it's cool. Like
That sounds
I
sick.
think it. I wouldn't say it's like on the scale production of like a Fear Factory
Yeah.
or like a Haunted Forest.
But it's cool that it's a free
but
one.
it's free and you still get scared.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there are still moments of like that scare.
That's
that you
impressive, though.
We
This
should
has
do
changed the
one
whole thing.
where it's like the Book of Mormon and then us telling us the scary version of the Book of Mormon. That would be kind of fire.
You know
What's
they're
the
doing.
scary
I told you they're doing.
No,
a
no, no.
movie.
We just make up our own.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
get. Scary version.
I think it would do well.
Let's watch that movie that comes out.
Which one?
Oh, we got to watch that one, though.
It's
All with
Heretic.
The,
you know,
Heretic,
yeah,
yeah.
Heretic, yeah.
Heretic. Did you see the trailer at all yet? You haven't seen it yet?
Dude, I don't have time to watch any trailers.
Oh
now.
my God,
I used to
dude.
watch trailers religiously.
I
Like
know you did.
I would literally watch the top 10
true.
that are coming out this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
and then
that's true.
I'd be sitting like I always just send them. I don't think I've even watched the movie in a while. What's the last movie we watched?
Amy's like,
mean,
And
that's
it's
a-
crazy.
that's a good
I
way to
get
go into
I
a
get
movie,
discounts
though.
on movies now.
Yeah,
to not
true.
watch. Don't watch the trailer. Actually, don't watch the trailer.
I get 40% off Megaplex concessions.
With your job?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I still haven't used it
Well, let's go to a movie. Tuesday.
tonight.
Tonight.
We were trying to get him to go. What was that movie you were watching?
Tomorrow is supposed to be Terrifier.
Yeah.
We can't
Oh.
go. Maddie has an appointment.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess Terrifier 3 was really good.
Wait, that's what we heard, and
Yeah.
I don't even like.
I
slasher
can't even
films like
remember the first two, bro. I don't know if I've seen.
Honestly, the first
never
two
seen
were not that good
that. I've never seen them.
because they didn't go into a theater.
I know they were just Netflix
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
And so this one is actually got good enough to go on to a theater.
He is creepy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want it to be scary.
I don't think it'll be scary, but
Slasher films are never scary. That's my
they're
problem.
not either.
Yeah.
They're just if they do a good job, then it means they did a good job like unsettling you,
Exactly.
keeping
Yeah,
you like
yeah,
unsafe
yeah.
or like almost like impatient,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Because the scenes are always unsettling or like
That's
keep
all
you
I'm looking
uncomfortable.
for.
I think
Yeah.
the issue, not even the issue, but I think when I look back, because I used to be terrified. I love scary movies, but I was terrified of those things as a kid. But it's because I had time to think about that shit when I was home alone in the dark. When I'm home alone in the dark, I'm not thinking about no fucking ghost, bro. I'm thinking about fucking go to sleep or watching, watching something else to entertain me.
Like, bro, I gotta do laundry.
Yeah, exactly. All my clothes are dirty.
Yeah.
Let me clean up the trash. Like, damn, yeah. I don't have time to think about being scared.
Every once in a while, though, I'll be like up late at night, and
Yeah.
it's like those like 2 seconds when you turn off the light before you go in your room,
And it's dark.
and
yeah.
it's dark.
Yeah.
I always think about like somebody in my back door. Just
Oh, the
staring
back
out
window?
there. Yeah, because there's been times where like I turn on the light and my reflection's there or Maddie's reflection's there. I was like, oh,
Not again.
I just
and I
imagine
know that happens to Moose too.
because I think about this shit all the time. It's kind of for my own like masochistic, like, oh, that would be so scary.
See that.
There's sometimes where, like, let's say like the closet door's open, I forget to close that, and I'll just look at it and be like, just what if, imagine.
Your mind just keeps going.
Yeah, and but now it's like we love horror shit so much where it's kind of exciting, but it's been a thing since I was a kid. Like even when you would run up the stairs and it was dark.
The basement? Yeah.
Yeah, basement or like wherever you grow up, right? I would, and my lights
Your
were
basement
just
is
off.
long too.
Yeah,
That little hallway.
I had to like the way that I would comfort myself. I'll just walk up the stairs and be like, whew.
It's that 21 days of boxing you're doing now.
21 days of boxing, baby.
That's funny as hell.
It's good.
Oh man, I don't even know what question to ask.
I think
Where are we at?
Yeah, I forgot where we left
we kind
off.
of just
so-
derailed so much to the point.
Movies, scary,
Why food?
life.
Delicious. I don't know, but I'll just talk then.
Yeah.
I'll just talk, dude. I love talking. That's one characteristic I have. I just know how to
I'm like
talk.
trying to rethink the
I'm
whole
trying
episode.
to think what we have. So
We're all
okay. With that being said, all right. You said this.
Orient's
You
is
said this
good.
off air, and I'll ask again. So food truck for one whole year, right?
Yes, food truck for one.
And you said August was a really rough month.
Yes, it
But
was.
how has this whole year been for you so far?
Good. It's been the whole year itself has been more than I think it is.
Okay.
Like we put like right, as business owner,
Right.
you put a lot of like expectation, a lot of pressure. You have all these like huge goals, and sometimes you lose sight at all the success you're actually having.
Like the beauty of actually
Because
doing it.
like I mean, I've been working on my own, supporting myself and my family for the last year,
Yeah.
right? Like
And owning a business while doing it. Yeah.
And that alone should be incredible, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes I don't feel like it's enough. But I think it's also because I just like the work.
Yeah.
I like what I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard sometimes for me to just look and see the success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're moving so fast.
Yeah,
Like,
and
things
like
are just-
sometimes
yeah.
I only focus on like the failure
What's
or
not-
like
yeah.
the lack of, and I think that's why some entrepreneurs have that mentality, right? Like more, because they just lose track of like what reality they live in. Because like I'm not making a ton of money. I think I make less now than I did as an electrician.
Well, you had
But-
told me your nephew makes more than you.
Yeah, my cook. So
Yeah.
my nephew's my cook, and he makes more than me. but that's because I don't want to lose him. Because if I lose him, I have to work like twice as hard.
Yeah.
So like I want to make sure he's happy, at least with his pay, but also the job.
Yeah.
Like if he wants any days off, I'm like, cool, take them off. Like I don't care. Like I want you to feel like you can come to me and ask me for a favor and not feel like it's gonna
Sounds like a good workplace.
like hinder
That's healthy.
like hinder the relationship, right? And like I told him too, I was like, dude, if you're with me long enough, you might even be a partner. Like I wouldn't say no to that just because you've been through it, you understand, and if that's something he wants to do, he can. Right?
That's
like
beautiful.
if he's really into it.
Is there ultimately like a goal to have your own brick and mortar?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Because I know
I
like
don't-
keeping your own food truck right
Yeah.
now is very in because like not that much overhead.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get to choose where
Mobile, yeah.
you get to be different places and see different faces, so
Yeah.
it's never the same.
Yeah, it's got its like ups and downs. Mostly ups when it comes to like cost. Right? Just because you if you find a place to park it, you can leave it there. And you're gonna be paying like 10 to 20% what every other restaurant's paying on overhead.
Yeah.
And then payroll. I mean, how many people can you fit in a truck? Like 3 people. Chick-fil-A has like a bajillion employees when you show up. So their payroll is probably really high.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of advantages of having a food truck. And in the future for like our growth, I don't necessarily see us opening up a brick and mortar per se. I would like to because the feeling of just being able to show up to work, turn the lights on, everything is there, and then you just turn things on is like crazy.
Well, 'cause
Like,
you ran into the issue of having a flat
fancy.
tire.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that kind of like, oh, what am I supposed to
yeah,
do now?
like you wake up and you're like, crap, I'm out of propane, or there's a leak in the water line, or there's an electrical issue, or
Yeah.
there's literally roadkill because you hit an animal driving down the road on the
my
truck.
God.
Right? There's like so many different scenarios, and you're like, that's the risk for the business on wheels. Right? Like you're taking your shop wherever it is that you go, but it's also moving, vibrating, shaking. Things fall, things break. Right? Things get worn out a lot faster.
Yeah.
So the advantages of a brick and mortar is that you can just show up, turn things on. Training is a lot less headache, right? You can just send a regular handyman to fix that, as opposed to a food truck. Everything's custom, and so you have to have like somebody who's really experienced. Luckily, with me, I have a lot of experience,
Yeah.
so I just fix my own things.
How are the winters then?
Winters are rough because they're cold.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad for business as long as people know you provide like a curbside or potentially delivery.
Yeah.
Most people are like immune to that now. Like they understand that where they're going shopping, it's either going to be curbside, drive-through, or some type of delivery. Like,
Yeah.
so as long as you do that, it's pretty okay. Like business doesn't really go down per se, but what does is like morale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just 'cause you're in a
season of depression,
box.
bro.
Like,
yeah.
it's cold out there.
You're in a
That's
box, and if
crazy.
there's like a draft, it's like pretty cold because we always have to have our vent on. So like, there's always like a cold draft in the truck.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, but yeah, as for growth, brick and mortar, I see the advantage of it. We might actually just do one, just to have it like as a hub, right, for all the other food trucks.
And then have
Yeah.
more food
Yeah.
trucks. Yeah.
yeah, because like I have to pay for a commissary kitchen. I have to pay for somewhere to put my truck. So
It's true.
like if I could have 5 food trucks, maybe even like 6 of them, well, like alone in just those 6 trucks, just to have them licensed, permitted, I have to pay like $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah.
Why not just rent a building that is like my hub store that has all drive through? Maybe a small thing, right? Like I don't necessarily want like a huge lobby,
Yeah.
just a small drive through that runs, the sandwiches, and that's it.
Almost like a cloud kitchen. Almost.
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you do all your prep for all your trucks there. You do all the kitchen stuff, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
just send
Make it
the
easy.
fleet out. Yeah,
Because I know right now Utah is going into a direction. So Portland has that like Heartlandia stuff, and like in Austin, Texas, they started like having hubs where
Yeah.
now food trucks, people just go to the food trucks now, right? Utah, I know they're doing this thing right outside the B Stadium. So they're renovating it right now, and they're putting like 8 food trucks out at the end of the year or towards next year, I think was the goal. But my uncle showed me, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, try to get a food truck and like try to get a permit to go sell food there because they're only there. It's just going to be those 8 food trucks for the whole year."
Really?
Yeah.
At the beach.
Yeah, right. So they're going to take down the B Stadium and they're going to remodel. It's going to be like this new shopping or new entertainment hub. And then so
Oh, is that where it's gonna be at?
well, no. So
Okay,
that's
okay.
going to be next to Delta, the
Okay,
one that Ryan
okay.
Smith is doing. But since there's going to be no
The
bees
MLBs.
at the B stadium anymore,
Yeah,
because they're going to Draper.
They're moving the bees to Draper.
Daybreak.
They're moving the bees
Daybreak.
to Draper or Daybreak, and they're gonna put an MLB tier in.
No,
so-
MLB is going across the street from the State Fair.
Okay, yeah.
So they're
yes.
they're taking down
That's
this,
where the entertainment hub is gonna be. It's up that.
the entertainment hub's just to be around Delta.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but they're also, since they want more people down that way towards the B Stadium, they want to turn it around and see how they can incorporate more people or more entertainment down there. So I think they're like going to make it like this 6-story like club place where like there's different entertainment going on in there.
Just hope the host doesn't take 30% of your
Yeah.
profits.
I know.
Because that does happen. Like that is also like a thing you run into
Because you're
with
able to-
food
yeah.
trucks. Is like some organizations will charge you like 10%, some are charge you 30, and I'm like, ugh, that's huge.
Yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of like food truck prices that are like really high when you go to events like that.
Yeah.
And it's because they're not gonna eat it. Like they're not gonna eat the 30% you are as the consumer.
Yeah.
Right? Like they just want to move that over to you. And that's kind of like where I watch where I go. If it's 10%, that's fine. Like I'm not gonna be like upset that they're charging me 10%. But if it's anything above that, I have to make sure I like the event and that it's gonna be like profitable for everybody. Like everybody involved, like it should be.
Yeah.
Because like I've been to events that have been like very bad. Right? Like the organizer invites like 10, 15 food trucks. Everybody shows up and nobody makes money.
Yeah.
Right? Because like
Everyone's competing against each
yeah,
other.
everyone's competing, and it's not even because they have the same food. It's
Yeah.
just there's
So
So
much.
much.
there's 15
It's a
options,
cheesecake.
and there's and there's like
factory.
yeah, and there's like maybe 5,000 people, right? So it takes a lot to understand that as like an event organizer, and I get it. Like some people make mistakes, and other people just like to see the money,
Yeah.
right? Like they're like, oh yeah, we'll invite 15 food trucks. Each of them's paying us $150 to be here. We made our money. Who cares about them, right? Who cares if they make their money, selling food or whatever. So I like to keep in contact with organizers that do good for us,
Yeah.
right? Because then we'll just give back to them. We're like, dude, we'll do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
we'll bend over backwards. We'll help. We'll pay
Yeah.
for advertising or whatever you need.
Yeah.
Just because it did, like you might as well just give back. Like the relationships are worth more than what you can make in one
Yeah.
day.
100%.
Oh, for sure.
Like they're just great.
and
like-
everybody that knows an event, they need food there.
Yeah. Like I met one small startup called Hazel Avenue. They just started their farmers markets like last year. She was looking for a food truck. The one that they had going fell through on them. So we showed up, took care of everybody. And then she invited us to the next event. Turns out it's pretty good. And then we just kept going. And because of that relationship, we got like the main spot in front of everybody at all of our markets.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And yeah, we make a killing there. Like,
amazing.
it's it's so good just to be in that. And it was just because of that relationship. Like I saved her butt that one time her food truck just left. And I was like, bro, that
That's
sucks.
crazy.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're in an event and you have like 60 people and there's no food
Yeah.
like, within a 5-mile radius, it sucks. Right? Because those vendors are there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there from like whenever setup was. till-
Like 6 hours bare minimum.
Yeah,
like
honestly.
minimum 6 hours.
Yeah.
So it's just good to have those kind of relationships. But yeah, food trucks are easy to move around. They're easy to maintain. They're cheap. And I mean, as long as you have the gut, like the stomach to like work through the problems that will happen, you'll be pretty successful. Cause like there's a lot, like I meet a lot of other food truck owners that like sometimes don't have a hang of it. Like some of them don't have like mechanical abilities. So they can't fix their stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to call somebody, and that's expensive.
Oh, definitely.
Well, because food trucks are custom, like none of them are all the same. So you always have to find like I wouldn't say like a specialist, but somebody who knows a little bit about everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a handyman that actually is a handyman. Because you get some handyman that are like only do plumbing, and it's like they're not a handyman.
You're a plumber.
You're a plumber. Like, that's what you do. But yeah, because like there's sometimes some things you just can't troubleshoot yourself.
Yeah.
But
You can't take no shortcuts too.
Yeah. With shit like that either.
Dude,
it'll
shortcuts.
blow your shit up.
yeah,
It's like
He's like,
on the
No,
freeway.
shortcuts. I think I have a scar. If you look closely on my thumb, there's like a line I like sliced it really deep. I was trying to fix a propane line really fast. I was just because like we were like mid service, we were cooking for a bunch of people, and I just hear this like sound. It's like, and I'm like,
Oh fuck.
what is that? And I'm like that's propane. It's just straight propane coming out of my propane line, and I had to close it. I had to tell everybody like, hey, it's gonna be like 30 minutes. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
And then I get back there and I start trying to fix it, and this like little burr that was on the pipe just got me really deep. And I was just trying to go fast. That was it. I was just trying to be fast, trying to cut corners. And yeah, my whole thumb was just bleeding. I was like, all right, now it's an hour. Now I gotta wait.
Sorry,
the whole
folks.
time. Yeah, like sorry guys. But yeah, no, it's fun.
That's a grind.
A lot of hardships, right?
Yeah, a lot of hardships. You just learn. Like,
Yeah.
you learn by punishment.
That's just
I think that's how a lot of us as men honestly learn by punishment, bro.
I know that for a fact. I was like, something just had to happen to me.
For me to just like to not do that shit again or fucking
Exactly.
do it differently for sure.
Yeah, I'm a lot more gentle, a lot more careful.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm like, bro, I can't use my hand now.
That would
wow.
suck.
Well, yeah, well, like I know I can
that
use
moment,
it. I'm
yeah.
just like in
Okay,
that
yeah,
moment,
yeah.
right? Like
I was like, I saw you flipping.
yeah, no, I'm just saying like for like an hour and a half,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
I'm just
So
like
I just
cool.
cut off my hand and put a hook on it.
Not
Yeah,
feeling
like I'm just
capable.
useless now.
Yeah.
that's his gimmick. He actually has a hand, but the hand is holding the hook. And he's just-
It's like I'm making these cheesesteaks no matter what.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we've been pretty successful this year. I'm hoping that by next year I can hire another full-time employee.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Nice.
looking
There
for.
we go.
I'm happy that you've been able to find success in something that a lot of people have strayed away from. Because I saw a lot of food trucks coming out right after COVID. Because that's the people opened food trucks during COVID because nobody was able to get food that they wanted. Like most restaurants were closed down, so food trucks were the way to go. People were actually finding these food trucks and going to them, and then getting food. And then a lot of those ones that were coming up during COVID actually started failing their businesses because they didn't want to go places.
Yeah.
And that was the big thing. Like you're obviously not going to find customers if you're not going to the places where customers are going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it
that's crucial.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
go
don't
ahead,
know.
go ahead.
But is that competitive? Like trying to get a good spot?
Yeah, dude, my current arch nemesis is Corn Dog Company.
Oh, really?
Anytime I go to an event with them, it's like we both like have a huge line. But and I'm always like looking at them like, bro, because they've been established for like 7 or 8 years now,
So good.
and they have
too.
a ton of
Damn
corn
it.
dog trucks, bro. It's so.
I hate that they're your arch nemesis.
I won't spoil the secret recipe because I know
honey
it.
corn
I know it.
Let's spoil it.
It's like we know.
Bro, it's like 3 ingredients. It's easy. But no, so
But hey, it's like you said, you want to keep it easy, and it makes
yeah,
it.
yeah, it's good. And I that's why I appreciate them. Like
Yeah.
them as a food truck and a business, bro. It's a corn dog and condiments. That's
it.
it. Their food truck has just hot dogs, the batter, and a stick. Like that. That's it. Like that's their whole like inventory. So
Yeah.
it's super
That's
genius when
crazy.
it comes to like as a business model. Like if I were to start a new food truck business, I would go there.
Corn dogs.
Not necessarily corn dogs, but something that simple.
3 items.
3 items.
Like if you
Yeah.
don't love it, right? Like if you don't love food, if you don't like giving people a good meal, and you just want to make
Money? Yeah.
quick money,
You
just do a
want to
food
serve them
truck.
death dogs.
Yeah, like literally just do that. It's because I mean they're charging what's $8-7
Oh yeah.
for a corn dog. You're making a killing because it's fast. Because here's the thing, right? Do you have to train a cook? No. You could train like your 16-year-old nephew. Be like, all
young
right,
God.
you just
True.
put this in there, hit the timer. Once it beeps, you pull it out.
Like I've never trusted a hot dog on a stick employee.
Really?
No. You see them, they're just like,
They're staring at you too.
Oh my God.
looking at you.
This
They're
look
like, so
right.
how's your day?
This look right.
well, the ones that pump the lemonade, I'm like, okay, you getting your stripes, dog.
Oh,
You
the
getting-
frozen lemonade?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because they do it in front of the
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing that in front of people, but they're like,
Yeah.
they're just pushing them.
Yeah, but the competition out there is like it's difficult, but it's not right. Like if you believe, I think it comes down to like your will, like your like how you feel about your food.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm confident in my food, and
Yeah.
I've never gone to a place and felt like someone else there is better than me. Not because I feel like I'm the best, but I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tasty. Like people know us. Like we're gonna be good.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
got me.
tasty.
You got
the
me.
meat. Yeah, the meat. Yeah, like the meat's tasty, and it's fun. And yeah, the reason why I bring up corn dog companies because like every time I go to an event with them,
Yeah.
it's like I don't make as much. right? Or like our sales or the people are like divided, and I was like, I didn't make as good because they're here now. Because like anybody else, I'm like,
Now I know
It's like Too Fast, Too Furious when they're about to start the first race, and then like, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Goes in corn dog.
yeah.
I'm gonna create that meme.
And I like the rivalry.
Yeah, that'd be so sick.
I just like that rivalry that I just like make up in my head, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
We
okay,
always
cool.
gotta
It
have
makes
that.
me want to be better, right?
Yeah, that's
It
good,
makes
though.
me want to put a better foot forward. Like, okay, what are they doing right? Right? Because like obviously they're doing something right.
Yeah.
Is it their pricing? Is it their popularity? Is it their like reputation? Like what?
People just like corn dogs.
Yeah,
It's
or
so
Corn dogs are so
easy.
easy.
That's how
though.
simple.
Like, it's just
and
easy,
we're in
though, yeah.
Utah, and I didn't even know that was like a big thing because in Oregon, that's not even a thing. Like people don't
Really?
really care for corn dogs, but it's like a
Corn
place.
dogs is a thing in Utah. That's just what it is.
No,
I know,
it's just
I
like
fuck with
people
corn
like
dogs,
corn
so-
dogs here
Oh, okay.
more than they did in Portland. So we never really had a corn dog place except for like a Sonic.
Fair.
And then
Yeah,
Hot dog on a
you're
stick
right.
wasn't
No,
a thing
yeah.
out there.
we
Okay.
didn't have that in the mall.
Okay, that makes more sense.
You know the
yeah.
hot dog on a stick that's right in front of Cow Ranch on.
Yeah, dude, just the one posted
So
out by himself.
what was that before hot dog on a stick again?
the snow cone place?
No, it wasn't a snow cone place.
What?
It was another food place. My sister used to work there for a
Really?
second. Yeah. I don't know, bro. It was like
Was it
think
fucking the snow?
I don't know. It was like it had like curly fries and shit, and it was pretty good.
I know what you're
happened,
talking
though.
about.
But from the Cow Ranch next to Western High.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't
I grew up in
remember
Rose
the
Park, so I don't.
I don't know.
Not my hood. You.
Okay.
name.
I
Iceberg.
grew up in Utah
Yeah.
County.
No, it
bro.
wasn't
That's
Iceberg.
nothing.
No, it wasn't
Yeah,
Iceberg.
okay.
The fact that both of you guys don't know that means then it wasn't important. I remember growing in
It was
Rose
pretty
Park.
fire.
There was this one place down the street from our house where they held gyros. Right, it was just a little. It was a little hut, and then it turned into an Astro Burger, and I was like, wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
When did this change? Because my grandpa only used to go there. Like that was our special meal. Was it like
sad.
either KFC or a gyro? Right.
Gotcha.
And then I was like, man, wait, that freaking went away, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, now it's like in front of a Sutherland's, and it was like that was nothing.
That's what happened. That's what happened to me. I remember what it was when I was younger because it was good. Me and my sister would go get that food when I was younger because she could. We could walk down there, easy, boom, and she used to work there. And then I get into junior high and like high school, and like it's nothing, and then becomes hot dog on a stick. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck were you again?
Just staring at it.
Mandela effect.
Yeah,
Mandela effect?
Yeah.
What the
It was
fuck
never
were you-
actually.
It was never.
there.
actually anything.
We
at all?
never went
Like it
there.
was never anything.
That freaks me out sometimes too.
No, well now I just really want fucking
Corn dog?
cheesesteak and a corn dog.
I would love a cheese.
I know.
steak.
I
I would love a
I
cheese.
would-
steak, honestly.
I was like, can you deliver some cheesesteaks to us? He's like, we're close
I
today.
wish, bro. Like I so many people ask me like, when are you coming to Salt Lake County? I'm like, I don't know yet.
the
Like, I don't
market's
know yet.
fucking prime here, dude.
I mean, there's a lot of opportunity. Like the more I'm in business, the more I'm like, even though we have a bad time or like not enough sales, I'm like, dude, there's opportunity.
Anyway,
It's like
yeah,
people are
honestly.
successful. Like there's one food truck, Shifuku. They do hibachi
Shifuku.
style.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Super good. That guy's busy. That guy's like always everywhere. Every event I think I've ever been to, he's been there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like this dude's like on it.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, because I didn't think about it when you go to different farmers markets or any event really, like you kind of see the same ones.
Yeah.
And we're like, is that the same? Like we would always take my dog to like dog events or whatever. We see the same truck there every time. I didn't realize it was the same people running the truck.
yeah.
I thought I was like, oh, they're like probably like a team of people, but no, it's the same lady.
Yeah, it depends on which ones. Like Corn Dog Company, that one's just run by like I think that's a franchise, and most franchisee owners just have like 2 kids that are like just out of high school or pretty young. Because I mean that's a really easy franchise to own.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of like risk, not a lot of like training involved.
Yep.
As long as you drop off the trailer and pick it up, like it's very little overhead there. But when you're doing like other stuff that has like that requires a full, I guess like a full chef or like somebody who knows how to cook, it's a lot more time consuming and it costs more, right? Because obviously his skills, right?
Yeah.
You got to pay the guy for the skills. And I mean, if you get them young, you can teach them. That's kind of my mentality. Is like any kid who's like 21, just off their mission or doesn't know what to do with their life.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll show you how to cook, dude.
Honestly, like,
Come
that's
here.
perfect. Yeah.
You want to work for me for really cheap, and then once you learn how to cook, I'll pay you what you're worth. Sounds good. Because I started my nephew at like what $15 an hour or something. Once you learn, I'm like, all right, cool. You make 18 now.
Oh, shit.
Like you're good. Like you're good. If you need more, let me know. But like he likes his free time, so he can take whatever days off he wants.
There you go.
That's gotta be nice as a kid.
Yeah. Honestly, I would love
Yeah,
that.
because like for me, like when
Good
I was
amount of
21,
paid, yeah.
dude, I was like, dude, the last thing I want to do is work every day.
Yeah.
Like I want to go hang out with my friends. I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta go to work.
I know I work retail.
That's me every day now.
Yeah,
As an adult.
Yeah, as an adult.
It's like,
yeah.
I gotta work again.
It's like I gotta go. Yeah, but yeah, it's fun competing. I think I think it makes me better. It makes me stand out more because I'm like, all right, what can I do to like be a better business owner? Do I got to keep my employees happy? What does my food truck look like? Do I got to keep it clean, right? Like wipe it down everywhere, make sure nothing looks funny. Like what is my menu? Like one time we had to change our menu because it was so confusing, even though there was only 3 items.
Huh.
I know it's crazy. The combo and the loaded fry, the words were like, I guess slightly off, and people kept getting confused about our loaded fry being called the combo, and then the combo being called the loaded fry, which is like crazy because like there's pictures. Yeah, but I don't know. It was just like a funny moment because like I just kept getting that like same response as like when you're taking the customer's order, and then they're like, oh no, that's not. I didn't think this is what I ordered, right? Because like they would get their order and it's a combo, and like, oh, but I thought I wanted that one, and I was like, all right. So I went back and I just adjusted the words, and it was like night and day. Now I just stopped getting it, and I was like, I wasn't confused by this sign. Like I just looked at it and I was like, okay, how can somebody look at this sign and get it wrong? And I was like, oh, maybe the spacing. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's just move it. You know.
Now you're a
2
graphic
centimeters.
designer. Yeah.
yeah. Now I'm a graphic designer.
A little everything now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you do, like you learn so much because you're in every aspect of your business. But once you've learned every aspect of your business, then you can hire people in that position. But now you know how to judge it.
Yeah.
Right. Like you know if they're doing a good job or if they're doing a bad job. And that's me. I think that's kind of how I've always been. I want to know what the job is, what it entails. And then if I need to hire somebody to do that for me now. But now I know how to, I know the expectations.
Yeah. Now you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, now I know. And that's why I have an accountant.
Yeah.
Because I hate doing that. Like
Definitely need those.
like that's my least favorite job that I did as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It was just managing your own budget, money, where to spend your money at, where it's coming from, who you need to pay, taxes, payroll.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I was like keeping track of receipts. I'm like, ugh. Like
Oh
every
my
time.
God.
Yeah, every time
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is not it for me. So I got her to help me out with our books. So now once a month I just pay her, and she's like, here's your receipts, here's your email, here's your spreadsheets. And I'm like, awesome. We're in the green. Like that's all I care about now. All I care about is like if we make it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I care
He's
about.
like looking for color. He doesn't look for anything else.
Yeah. It's
Like red or green?
Where's the green?
Yeah,
Where's the green?
red, green, or yellow. Like green and yellow are great. Red is bad. Like
Everywhere.
Red is like
Everywhere.
I have to get to work. I have to do something else. I gotta fire some people. I don't know. Fire
Himself.
myself. Yeah, just fire myself.
It's like the nephew's too important. We gotta
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I would never fire him. He would always have a job. It's just me. Like I need to.
At
Fire
least he has
myself.
job security as a teenager.
It's like, hey, I got
Yeah.
some bad news. I'm letting myself go.
And you have to actually, nephew, you have to run the show.
He's like, here's my papers.
Yeah, here you go.
It's like I knew this day would come.
Yeah, but now I know how to judge it, right? Like
Yeah.
I did the accounting, I did all the books, and I was like, now I know what's important to see. Right? Like when she hands me all the files, I'm like, oh, cool. I know where to
You know to
look.
look for
I know
it,
what to
yeah.
do.
It's funny.
I'm not looking at this paper of numbers, just like it looks okay.
It
Right?
makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
Like I know how to like decipher it.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Well, we're coming towards the end of it. This is where we usually open up the floor. If you have any questions for us or shout outs, this is the time to do it. And then we end it off with a segment called the Chef Special. And it could be food or usually it's free advice to the viewers, something that you've taken in life that you think that you can offer to someone else.
Gotcha. Well, honestly, I don't know. I think we said a lot.
Yeah.
Said a lot of things.
But yeah, no questions. Just glad you guys had me. Of
course.
It's super awesome. My wife wanted to be here, but she's got too much stuff to do. She actually really wanted to come. She's like debating.
Really?
Yeah, debating being here. Yeah, but she's like, no, I gotta wash the comforter and our bed sheets because like it's that
the one day off you
Yeah,
guys
it's
have.
the
The
one
day off,
day
yeah.
where she just gets to do everything. And I was like, if you put it off one more day, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's just life.
Yeah.
But piece of advice, I don't know, man.
Or your
Like,
cheesesteak recipe.
the cheesesteak recipe. Yo, it's easy.
Your
It's
queso.
easy.
Actually, the queso recipe, I really need that. That
I
shit.
don't know.
That's what I really need.
It's like really easy, but fuck you.
Well, that's the beauty about like food, is like simplicity.
Yeah.
Some foods are obviously elaborate just because they have like a bajillion seasonings, but some of the best dishes I think I've had are just simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like you get to taste that one thing or that flavor, and I don't know, man. Piece of advice: just do it. Just go after it. Go fail. Like,
Yeah.
don't be afraid of it. Like, dude, I've failed like 5 times in business. I've lost a ton of money, and I don't regret it.
Yeah.
What I regret is like not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's my biggest regret is like I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like what's worse, the feeling that you're not going to go through that pain and then learn something, or never know what pain you could have gone through to learn something. Right? It's like
Yeah.
it's like that weird expectation of life. It's like, oh, everything sucks, everything's hard, and it's like, no, it's not. Like life is so simple.
Yeah.
We make it difficult.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
make it hard. So it's like you get to choose what pain you go through.
Yeah.
So do it. Like
Life's simple. You don't look back.
You make choices and you don't. Look.
yeah. Like you get to choose the pain you go through.
Yeah, God
Yeah.
gave us a choice
Right?
for a reason.
So like just choose it. Choose whatever pain. Like if you've always wanted to open up a card shop like I did, just go do it.
That'd be fire.
I don't recommend it in Utah because there is way too many.
There is a lot.
There is.
Yeah, but like anywhere else is fine.
That's true.
Like Utah just has like this oversaturation of collectibles.
And once again,
Collectibles, honestly.
once
nerd
again, it's all
stuff.
about niche in Utah.
It's
And
all
like
about
you can
niche.
open a business anywhere in California and you are bound to succeed, you know,
Yeah.
no matter where you are. But in Utah, it's like, well, I'm not going there because this guy doesn't go there. And so I'm only going to be at this one because I think this one's cooler. And then it pulls everyone.
Clicky
And
and reputation. Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. But
yeah, dude, just go after your dreams, dude. Go do them. Go fail. Go suck at it. Go
Suck.
learn something. Because
Yeah.
then you'll know, right? Like you failed at something. Oh, that didn't work out. Cool. I go back to my 9 to 5. But now I know that I suck at this. Right? Like you suck at whatever you try to do.
yeah,
Like,
go
'cause, I
find
mean,
out.
obviously, but you gotta try.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't just be like, oh man, it's been 6 months. Oh, it's hard. It's like, nah, dude, you gotta like put some time in
Stop
it.
being a weenie.
Yeah, but like after 5 years, yeah, you know.
He said, "Yeah, you probably should have gave it maybe 2 years ago."
It's like you knew already.
Yeah,
So I thought the karaoke bar was gonna be a hit, guys.
yeah. Well, because like sometimes like right, like you last 5 years, but you don't know you're actually doing bad
Yeah,
because you're just like surviving, right? Like you're just like
Yeah.
making it. You're making it, but then you have to make that call. It's like, all right, cool. Do I want to do this for the next 5 years? Do I want to do this for the next 10
I
years?
want to keep surviving.
Yeah. Do I want to
I
just
wanna
keep
live.
surviving, or do I
Yeah.
want to do something else, or do I want to like change myself and then make it better?
Yeah,
So yeah, that's because and you only learn that you're only faced with that decision if you decide to go out on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, damn. I thought I was gonna get the queso recipe, but
You got the recipe for
maybe off
success.
got a
camera.
recipe for
Maybe off
success.
camera. Maybe off camera.
he literally in person, he was like, "It's so simple," and then he walked away.
We never saw him again.
just go to the kitchen, go buy a loaded fry. Go buy one of my loaded fries. If you want, I'll put the queso on the side, and you can just keep it at your house. And then you just make your own queso sauces, and you sip it, and you're like, oh, it's close. All right, no. Because bro, it's simple. It's 2 ingredients.
Oh,
Yo,
I'll tell you that. It's 2 ingredients.
water and
So,
cheese.
yeah. Water and cheese. But yeah, you just that's how me and my wife decipher restaurants, like what they do with their dishes.
so you go and take it home. And
Yeah,
you're-
we take the food
This
home, and
fucking
if I
guy.
like a sauce, cool. I just taste it, and then I just make my own. Taste it, make my own. All right, this is really close, or this is like not enough. And then once I get it close enough, I'm like, cool. Now I have to go there and eat their food.
I
can eat it
got it at
at my
home, shorty.
I actually
Yeah.
do that a lot too.
You actually do that.
Like I'll
Yeah,
go
'cause
to a restaurant and be like, I can make this.
Yeah,
And
and the
it's
nice thing
already-
is,
yeah.
like, and the nice thing too is like sometimes you make a better version just because it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have preservatives. Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't have like
or
that
like the-
flavor.
Yeah.
Of
MSG.
like, I mean,
MSG is
MSG's
good.
fine. Yeah,
I'm fine. I'll fuck
MSG's
with
the-
you.
Just
that's
make shit
natural.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Make shit good.
or fresh, right? Like because
Yeah.
that is also the caveat that some restaurants like
Yeah.
take for granted. They're just like, I have this thing in a bag
Yeah.
that's going to be on my shelf for 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And now I'm serving it to people. As opposed to like, oh, I just
Yeah.
made this at home and it's fresh. It tastes a little bit lighter. It tastes,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Well, thank you, Nefi, for being here.
Appreciate
it
you.
It was a great episode.
Thank you so much.
We got to learn a lot about
Honestly.
the meat. We
The meat.
We talked about
The produce.
movies. We talked about a little bit everything. But
Halloween.
if you guys are out there listening, just go on and do it. Fail if you guys have to. If you can make it off the first try, great for you. Don't be like us.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Yeah, that's a 1%.
Happy
Yeah,
Halloweenies.
If you
Yeah.
make it, you're like the 1% and you're good. Like you had the talent. Like you had
Yeah.
the skills.
Yeah.
And you can also just be okay and just like what you do.
Yeah.
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 Just live
That's
your life.
what I
yeah.
do with most things.
I'm not content with anything. But that's episode 118 Off the Menu podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks.
Make sure you guys
Play
follow
beautiful.
everything in the description below. Nefi's information will be down there too. Go try the food. Peace out, y'all.
The meat.
I'm hungry.
Nefi, he has the meat.